Welcome to Hangout by Proxy, Ep004. Hail to everybody in the chat. Hail Jedi Bill 797, first not last. Hail Raquel, we'll see you in a second. Dahilum 29, good to see you. Hail Bruce Lombardo of Diggs Division. Hail Citizen 333. Hail, it's JJ, you're actually already here. Snort a poop is, hello buddy. Hail Yvette, hope you're feeling better. Hail Canadian Spider-Man. Hail Eastland Bergholder. Hail Reni A. Hail Brightest Day. You'll be going live in an hour. Hail Zach. And thank you to all my subscribers. 201 of you now. I appreciate it. Here with me are my friends. Raquel, Super Saiyan Girl. Hey, Reni's here. Hey, Reni. It's JJ, randomness at its finest. Always unbiased, the highest and kindest. Welcome Bruce Lombardo, the master of painting. Glad you could make it. What's up, Bruce?
How's everybody tonight?
Hey, doing all right?
I'm doing fantastic. I was in the middle of looking at another video real quick, and I'm like, hold on, give me a moment. I'll be right in there. Sorry about the delay.
Oh, no, thanks for coming.
How you been, Bruce?
Fantastic. We were just talking about metal and music over at Tommy's place, but he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I heard from you that Darius had a 200-person celebration for subscribers. I'm like, oh, shit, I got to go. And this is a pleasant, I mean, I wasn't expecting to be part of the panel. Thank you for letting me on.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate you coming. I don't know. I don't know if you had time or if you wanted to come on. I just kind of sent it to you at the last minute. But you know you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Oh, we got more people rolling in. Hey. Let's see. Courtney. Where's she at? There we go. Hey, Courtney. And Clobbering Times. Welcome. Oh, here, let me.
What's up, Clobber?
Clobby.
Hail, Clobby.
Oh, Clobbering Times.
And Ulrich Jens. Hail,
Soy
Parrothead.
nuts.
It said Tommy heard himself farting too.
Yeah, it caused some back issues. You know, some gas will do that from time to time.
Hail, the Islington girl. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Yeah. So, let's see. Should we start with? We'll start with who's been here already. So, Raquel.
Yes.
How you been?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the cooler weather down here in Texas. Just like it's nice to sit outside, but it's not like, very humid and hot out.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you get mosquitoes in Texas?
It's a state bird.
Mm.
I know they're real lousy.
Mosquitoes are
in
everywhere.
Florida.
It doesn't like I
I
guess
went
some
to Southern
states.
California, and there was no mosquitoes.
Yeah, we didn't have those on the West Coast.
I guess some states have more mosquitoes than others. I guess.
Oh yeah, we've got here in Florida, we got mosquitoes the size of small hummingbirds. It's
Ugh.
no, if you're not careful, they'll carry you away.
Suck your blood.
Nice.
Although at least, in October they get kind of romantic. I'm doing this really just for the exercise.
Oh no, we call those love bugs.
Hey, isn't that Mandy's line?
What?
Love bug.
No, that's love bug, man. That gets on my nerves. It's like, yo, there's other words there's other words in the English language.
He calls every
That's
man
okay.
love bug.
Yeah, everybody.
Hail Curtis.
What's up, Curtis? Good to see you. Thank you. Thanks everybody for popping in. 200 subscribers, Darius. Wow, already, man. It seems like you just started this, what, a month ago at that?
Yeah. Well, my first show was 100 subscribers celebration because somehow I got 100 subs before I put out any videos. So It's been about 1 month.
Yeah, man. And now you're at 200? Wow.
Yeah, I just hit it, I think, yesterday. And
But, if anybody's
I'm going to go through the list a little later.
Yeah. If anybody's responsible for it, besides myself, please speak up. But everywhere I've been going as of late, shout this. Everybody here, if you end up on a panel, whether you're on the panel now or you're in the chat, you end up on a panel, talk about this man right here, Darius Munchausen, because I was one of the ones to encourage him to start live streaming because just because of his voice. I've never seen this man, don't know what he looks like, but he is a people person nonetheless. And he started off with 100. He's now at 200, man. You guys have made it possible in the chat, people on the panel. I just want to thank everyone for supporting this man. He's doing a killer job of it.
Well, thank you, JJ. That means a lot coming from you, and I couldn't have done it without you.
Well, I ain't done like I was telling you backstage
for
before we
every show
started
I've
it.
done.
But that's okay. That's okay, though. That's what people that support other people do. You try to be there when you can. Now, there's going to be shows in the future I may not be able to come on, but doesn't mean I don't support you any less. I know talent when I see it. You're doing it, man. You're hitting it hard, and it's like, that's all I can say, man. Like John Holmes on a good porn, man. You just going at it strong. And right now, ain't nothing can stop you. The only person that can stop you right now is you. Okay?
Right, because like you told me, when I got like the voice mod and I got some graphics, you were like, hey, man, you can have all the toys in the world. It doesn't make a difference. People are just going to come to hear what you have to say. So you got to just do it.
Well, you definitely do. I've watched a lot of streamers, probably not as much as some people, but I've watched a lot of streamers. And one thing I've noticed that you're doing, you're paying attention to your chat. When you open your show, when you close your show, you welcome the people, you thank the people individually, voice mod or no, individually. And people in the chat, they love that shit because they know they're being paid attention to. You're just not another streamer that's just here for the hell of it and don't give a damn about who's in the chat. You care about your audience. You care about your panel. Exactly. You care about
talking
your
to the
panels. Yeah. And that's one thing I think major streamers have lost. And you're paying deep attention to it. As long as you can do that to the best of your ability, because you may hit a point sometimes where you can't keep up with it anymore. But when you get to that point, still don't ignore the chat. That's all I've got to say about it. This is your show, your time. Canadian Spider-Man, what's going on? Thank you for joining us.
Hey,
Hey, yeah,
Spider-Man.
congratulations. Thanks for having me on there.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah, sorry, I had a little glitch there. There was horrible feedback, and I had to pop out and take care of that. So I hope it's working okay now.
You sound like call loud and clear to me. I don't know about anybody
Yeah,
else.
seems fine to me.
Okay, great. I was watching a movie last night. There was a lot of shouting, a little bit of alcohol, so my voice is a bit rough. So I apologize for that. But congratulations on that many subscribers. That's incredible. 204, I think I'm seeing here.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
That's-
Bobby said, yeah, it grows as we speak. And thank you, I appreciate
Fantastic.
it. You know, and I know, you know, a lot of it had to do with me just getting to know people one by one. You know, I watched a lot of live streams on a lot of channels. I met a lot of people in a lot of chats, including all of you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like it has grown. Well, I don't know. Is it trite to use the word organically? But it has, you know. And so, but I see, people with 100 subs who are way more talented than me, and so I feel like I should do everything I can to help, promote them as well. I'll promote all you. I'm getting the bot to drop some of your links here, although I'm waiting for Raquel's to drop.
Well, your charisma puts you ahead of a lot of them.
Oh,
You know, I'm going to mention one YouTuber. His name's
I'll type it in
Hanstar. I
shout
finally
out
met
to
this
Han.
man. Yeah, I met this man a year ago. He luckily for me, his wife had a friend that lived in town, and she wanted to come visit her. So hey, that was just a plus for me because they got to hang out, and I got to meet someone I've known for quite a few years now in person. And it was, and it's funny you mentioned that word organically, because you can't force this. You either meet people or you don't. You either make it or you don't. It's just like show business, just on a lot smaller scale. And you're doing a great job of it. That's all I can say about it.
Thank you, JJ.
As long as you keep it going that way, be pleasant to the people you meet. You're going to meet some assholes along the way. We all do. You can't stop that because we're not all born and bred the same. But
No, just get them to sub.
yeah, exactly. And it's how you deal with them. It's how you deal with them. Either you accept them, you don't accept them. You learn their ways, you don't. Because I'm going to name one asshole from the word go. Wookiee supremacy. I met this guy in the chat 3 years ago. He's a strong supporter to a lot of channels. And he's like, you may know who I'm talking about, Darius. He's like Kronos.
I know Wookie.
No, he's like Kronos. He's like everybody's favorite troll.
The lovable troll, yeah.
Yes, he's there to start his shit, but he don't cause it with the people. He's just randomly putting stuff out there just to do what they do. And hey. Whatever. I would love to be able to talk to Wookiee like this. Not even live streaming. Just get him in a link. Let's talk to him. I want to meet this man. But I don't think
He has a
would.
channel. He's got a lot of videos on it. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, let me grab it here. Yeah, he does. Let's see.
Because it's like everybody here, either you have content or you don't, but you're a part of the process.
Well, I mean, I think we're all part of a bigger process. And how did I put it earlier? That I don't think subscriber counts are the most important thing at all. The content is the most important thing. It's about the connection you make with the viewer. But I also believe there are people out there who are looking for you and don't know it. And the algorithm is not
representing us.
It's not. It doesn't work perfectly and fairly for everyone, as we all know. Because if it did, and I don't know if it even could, but if it did, then everyone who would like your content would have it recommended all the time, right?
Yeah, because that's how I got started.
Right.
I had a small stint back in 18 being in the hospital. And when I got out, I had to find something to do. So I just, I used YouTube just like most of us do. If YouTube is a very, very good tool because you can damn near learn anything you need to learn on YouTube because there's people out there making content, teaching people. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Curtis. He is killing it.
Thank you, Curtis. Also, hail to Edge of Time and Whoopa Troopa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Nick Ricade was saying last night? Was that he's like, if you want your channel to grow super fast, all you got to do is make the same video 3 times a day, every day, and and that is what the algorithm favors because the algorithm knows what to do with it. It understands what it is, and it'll recommend it, right? Something very specific, and but I don't think any of us want to do that, and he admitted like he didn't want to do that. But he's just saying if that's all you wanted was like rapid growth, you could just do that. But I don't think any of us here would want to do that.
Ain't nobody here wants to be the next PewDiePie because that to me, those many subs, regardless, I'm talking about before he decided to flop off the deep end, with those many subs, how can you keep up for real? Star Wars Theory, he's got over 3 million subs. How can you keep up?
One time I was watching Star Wars Theory and someone's like, "Hey, I just got here. What'd you already talk about?" He's like, "Nah, sorry, man. I can't do that. You got to back it up." He's got like 3 million.
Yeah. You got to rewind it. Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Eventually,
you can't keep 3 million people wait. Well, and obviously 3 million people aren't watching all at once, but
no.
But it's thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I watch a couple
several.
of Florida channels that go to the theme parks daily. Okay. 1,000, 2,000, 4,000 watching. I'm like, yo, you've got to turn slow mode on that chat because if not, you're not keeping up.
Well, and it stops the trolls as well, or the bots.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But anyway, this ain't about me and you, Darius. We got other people on the panel.
Reni, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for inviting me on, Darius. I appreciate it. It's been nice getting to know you on Cockney's channel. So I know we kind of got to know each other in audiences around YouTube as well, especially Doomcock. But I know we
a lot
actually
of friends in the Doomcock chat.
Oh yes. Lots of nice people, great community. But I just wanted to come on and show my support and let you know that I think you're awesome. And I think you deserve all the success that you've gotten so far. And I just hope that you continue to grow. I can't stay too long because I'm still a little bit under the weather and I need to go sleep it off soon. So.
Wow. Sorry to hear that. Whatever's wrong, I'm not going to pry into your personal business, but I hope you feel better soon.
Well, thank you. No, it's just an upper respiratory infection. I'm one of those people that I rarely get sick, but whenever I do, it just takes me down hard. And it's just been really rough. I lost my voice for a few days, so that wasn't fun.
Yeah, I know the feeling there.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm very glad it's not what we like to call motherfucking COVID-19.
It's not the coup.
I have two visions on that. I'm glad that it wasn't that because I wouldn't have been able to go to work and I haven't been there long enough to qualify for sick pay. But then if I had gotten it and gotten over it, I would have had the antibodies and that would have been great, before the Delta strain hits. But, it is what it is. So at least I can work.
If you need antibodies, I got them for you, Reni.
Oh, yeah.
Green Bell got me this last one.
Yeah, because you were saying you were in the hospital, Ruth.
About 19 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were all pretty worried.
For 11.
Oh,
wow. Had some really good experimental drugs to keep my kidneys and liver and all that other stuff functioning. They had a good cocktail of that. And then I just did a test on my kidneys 5 days ago. And my test on my kidneys is more clear now than it was 4 years back. I don't know what cocktail they gave me because the name's going to change once the big companies buy up those drugs. But I'm in a lot better shape now. I dropped 25 pounds in the hospital.
Wow.
Well, it's not how you want to do it, but congrats on the weight loss.
Thank you.
So
And
are
it
you
looks
saying
like-
you're in better? Oh, sorry, Reni.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know, Darius, it looks like the Cockney Raid is here. And just
Hey.
want to say hi to you guys. I see Not Brian Young, Cockney Spock in there,
Mhm.
and all the usual suspects. So
Also,
just
hail
wanted to say
dildo.
hello. What's that?
I said also hail sentient dildo.
I saw that name and I was like, is that what I think it is, or am I just a
Yeah.
perv?
It's
Yeah.
exactly what you think it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
what you
okay.
think it is. Yeah, see? Snort Poopus knows. Oh, yeah.
That's an awesome name, Snortapoopus.
I love Snortapoopus.
And speak of the devil, Wookie is here now. So
Hey,
check him out.
Wookie.
He's got a lot of videos, and they're pretty funny. Trust the process. Oh, wait. I can't remember what we were talking about. You said I got way more of one than the other. We were talking about subscribers and talent. Was that it?
Yes, I think so.
Whoops.
Yeah, if this becomes something that is a chore, that it's no longer fun anymore, I wouldn't want that. So even if I was able to make a living from it, if it came to the point where I wasn't enjoying it anymore, I wouldn't want to do it.
I agree.
Yeah, that's very well said, Canadian Spider-Man. I agree with you. It has to be for fun. It doesn't, if you're doing it for like a sole, like, means of, being paid, if this is going to be your job, so to speak, then I don't think it's a good idea to do it. But if you're doing it for fun, I say yes. And a friend told me recently, once the fun stops, then that's when you need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
Yep, that's how it was with my college radio show.
yeah.
I did it for about 2 years, and once it became like a chore, where I'm like, oh man, I got to get a whole bunch of new music for the, because I was working full time and going to college. It just got to a point where the act of trying to find new music every week just became tedious, and so I decided to give up the time slot to someone who was more hungry for it.
Yeah. Once it
Like the
stops
fair
being
thing to do.
fun, what's the motivation?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Well, I'm a disabled man, about to turn 49 tomorrow, and I'm disabled. This is a hobby to me. It ain't about monetization. It's about finding stuff to do, keeping myself busy. And it's almost become like a damn job, but still, I love doing it regardless. When the fun stops, you won't see me no more.
exactly. If it gets to the point where you're like, oh, do I really have to go on today? Or like, I just can't even, that's when you know it's time to stop or at least take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when you start seeing me more in the chat than you do on panels, that it's break time. I'm not coming up. I'm happy just paying attention, watching from the chat like I used to, because we were all born in the chat. We're all chat rats. Eventually we break that mold. We get on streams. We turn on our cameras and do what the hell ever if we decide to do that. But yeah, it's just a hobby. It's meant to be a hobby. I don't believe anybody should ever come here looking to get paid like a job, because it's going to take you a long time to get to that point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you first get monetized, I heard it was something like $3 a month. So, I mean, it takes a lot. Yeah.
Well, you get,
wow. Yeah.
YouTube takes, when you get monetized, YouTube takes 30% of your super chats plus applicable taxes or whatever they decide they're going to take out of it. Then you get that. If you can't make at least $100 a month, you won't receive a check every month. And your AdSense is literally cents on the dollar of what you get paid for ads on your content.
Right. Yeah, that's what I heard.
3 to 5 cents per ad. It's no quick way to make money. In order to make money, you need at least anywhere in the 200,000 to 500,000 sub range to make any money.
Edge Time says, I've often searched for live streams. It was never recommended. Jedi Bill algorithm is shite.
Yeah.
That's also where we come in. We help promote each other and, find the channels that we're looking for.
A lot of the times, if you're not monetized, you they will not recommend you.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've seen
Good
that.
eye, Brett
I've
Cohen.
seen that. Yeah.
Hi, Brett Cohen. G'day.
Everybody
Snort
in the
says,
everybody
it's
in the
not hard to
chat.
piss off Mama Susan. She's an angry woman. Eastland
Who's
says the
Mama
algorithm is not your friend.
I can
No.
vouch for that. I can absolutely vouch for that. Don't piss off Mama Susan.
Who's Mama
Who's
Susan?
Mama Susan? Yeah.
She's the evil witch of the Wicked West that runs YouTube. She got the free
Oh.
speech Pulitzer Prize a few years back for censoring content. Yeah, she got a free speech prize for censoring people's channels. And
Well, that makes sense.
apparently, Bruce has done something of wrong nature long before I even got involved with the Phantom Menace, because I was putting up D&D streams for quite a while, and I was not getting recommended anything whatsoever. And I don't know if it was the fact that maybe you could tell that I was in the middle of the Midwest, and I had a Midwest sensibility, and I wasn't from the West Coast. Nothing wrong with people from the West Coast generally, but people from Hollyweird or Silicon Valley do not have the same value system as people from the Midwest.
Well, Bruce,
Well,
right
in
now, if you haven't noticed, right now, Hollywood is fighting for its life right now.
And that's a beautiful thing to watch.
Yes.
It's a dying nature. It's a dying nature right now, and people are saying, "Oh, this movie bombed. That movie bombed." Ladies and gentlemen, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. People are still scared to go to the theater. Of course, your products are not going to make the money they should, but they don't seem to understand that. The way of the cinema is slowly but surely on its way out the back door.
Well, absolutely. And with all the restrictions they have due to the COOF, who wants to go anywhere anymore? It's like, oh, I can watch this on HBO Max, or I could pay to go to the theater, and then being told that I have to do this, this, and this, or else I can't be there. I'm going to stay in the luxury of my own home. That's
Damn
just
right.
honesty.
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
You can pause the movie and go to the bathroom, get you something to eat. You can if you do this, I'm not saying everybody does. If you smoke weed, if you snort coke, if you trip on acid, doesn't matter. You can do it all in the safety of your own home. You ain't got to go to the theater. It's a lot. Whatever your vices are, drink coffee, have a drink. It doesn't matter.
Have sex.
Have sex. Have a big fat steak.
You would say
if you
that,
want.
Captain.
Well, come on.
Oh yeah.
Who hasn't had sex
Anything.
watching a Disney
Anything
movie?
goes. Anything
Captain.
goes. And you're doing it.
I'll
You're
take
doing
that.
it in your own home.
I was waiting
Anything
for the
goes.
appropriate entrance. Hey.
Yeah. Anything goes. You're doing it in the comfort of your own home.
Exactly.
If you haven't watched Last Jedi Tripping Balls, you haven't lived. Hello, Star Wars. Hello, is that the real Star Wars? Can I come in? Go away! Don't come back to your heart.
And welcome, Jens and Captain Intentionally Vague Spock.
Or am I?
I'm not really familiar with Star Trek, but I know who Spock is.
Well,
He's the
check this
good-looking one.
out. There's a young man, and I say young man because he's in his very early teens. His name's Nindroid243. He's the 28th of October. He's releasing his Last Jedi cut. He did The Force Awakens. He re-edited it, changed some scenes, cut out some stuff, added some stuff. He's doing the same thing to The Last Jedi. This man, this kid, this young man has got a talent right now. And if he doesn't pursue this, it would be a sad waste, because he's doing an awesome job. You need to check this young man out, because he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. For a young man, you give him the resources, he could probably give you something spectacular. This is what we need right now. A creative, open, young mind that's not afraid to approach these situations. And I just urge anyone to go check this young man out. He's got a blog channel. He does something called Galactic Chat on Friday nights. And most time he's just BSing with his friends, just like what we're doing right now. We're BSing with people we've known or we just meeting for the first time. But anyway, Darius, I'm just taking up the conversation because you're supposed to be hosting the show, and you ain't said a word hardly.
Yeah, you're supposed to be hosting the show,
I think
Darius.
he's trying
Come on,
to be
man. Get it together.
Hospitable.
Yeah, not hospitable, but like oh gosh, I can't even think of the word.
Like a hospital.
But you know, he's just
Gracious
trying to be
host.
very kind and let everybody speak. You know, he's a very
Darius Munchausen
very
put the
kind
hoe in
host.
hospital.
And
really, Darius.
Captain, thanks for the raid. Z3PO's here. He says, what in the butt?
I said what? No, never mind.
No.
Classic 3PO.
In the butt, you say?
Yeah, how did I get Spider-Man and Reni on the channel? I guess probably the same way.
I
got
don't
you on.
know.
I just sent them an invitation.
You must have pulled some strings, bro. I hear you're very popular.
And Citizen 333 mentions Ivan Ortega. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
He's been doing stuff, but it's the algorithm doesn't like him at all.
Yeah, I had the pleasantry of meeting Ivan a couple of times, and he is truly a very pleasant man to talk to.
Absolutely.
You know, it's been a while. It's been at least a year and a half since the last time I spoke to him, but he's put out some great stuff. There's a lot of us that have put our own great stuff out there because look at Bruce. That man's a painting fiend. Look at him. You know, I've seen some awesome pieces come out of Bruce's hands. You know, he's got a talent.
Yeah, those figures look pretty good. Also, shout out not Brian Young, King of the Voices, another talent out there.
Oh my
Hell,
gosh,
not
yes.
Brian Young. Oi.
I have never met anybody who can do so many really amazing voices. He is amazing, you guys. If you haven't heard of him, check him out.
Okay.
Yeah. Check him out.
Yeah, I think I subscribed to him recently.
Boy.
Whoopa Troopa says, I have the Rona from eating basically nothing. Well, thank God for that. And I hope it stays that way. And then you just end up with no sickness and antibodies.
Yeah, if you can get away with just getting the antibodies, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth what I did.
What did you do?
I went to somebody's house that had it, and they didn't clean their surfaces too well. And about 10 days later, I came down with a coof. So I went up to the hospital after about 4 days of having a fever of 103, and I couldn't break it for about maybe a week and a half. I stayed at 100, 102, 103, and then finally my fever broke. And about day 3 of this, the doctors got me on remdesivir, and they're like, nothing's happening with you, and so we just need you to sign some next of kin paperwork.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had like 12 pages to sign on that, which was light from what I was remembering. And so I signed off all that, you know, saying they wouldn't be responsible. And then they said, we have an option for you, but it's dangerous as hell, but you're at the precipice of death anyway. You want to go for it? And I said, yeah. So vancomycin and this giant cocktail dedicated to preserving my kidneys. And so I did all that. And for 10 days, I had an IV of vancomycin. I was at 50 liters of oxygen. And within about 4 days, I was down to 4 liters. I even got a brand new nasal cannula, which was nice. It was skinny, and it didn't force my head at an angle. It was like for 7 days, my head was at a crick. Not fun.
Now, did you go over there knowing that he had it, or?
No, I just had a fever.
Okay.
I knew I had a fever.
So you went over to this person's house knowing that they had it or had it.
No, I did not know they had it. And then they told me after I'm a septic tank guy. Okay, I go to houses, I dig up septic tanks, I suck them out. And they're like, hey, I still got a clog. So I went in their house and I'm working on their pipes, getting down on my knees and, you know, laying underneath sinks and such. And they're like, yeah, I just had the COVID about maybe a week ago. And I'm like, oh, okay. fuck. So sorry about that, Darius, but I got a chance to disinfect myself and I thought I'd be good. Well, nope. Less than 2 weeks later, I'm coming down with something, and I thought, literally, when I woke up and I'm sweating, and I don't sweat at night, I have a fan that keeps me at about 69 degrees, and San Antonio nights. So I've got this sweat going on, and I cannot stay at an even temperature because I get cold, so I'm sweating. I put on the blanket, and now I'm way too hot. And I fought that for about 3 days, had a fever, got into the hospital, told them the situation. They told me I had COVID. I got admitted the next day because they sent me home and they didn't have room. And then I went in that following Saturday, the 15th, and I stayed there till the 3rd of September. I would never want anybody to do that or have to go through that.
That sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm very happy to be alive, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my newfound superpowers and abilities to be a cheery person, but I can tell you that I don't want to be the guy I was before that.
Ooh.
What was that?
Is that me?
Not sure.
No idea.
Yeah, JJ, I think this
Sorry,
one's
that
for
was
you.
me bumping into
Yeah,
the back of the
thank you.
moisture evaporator.
Okay. But I know that what I had to go through, like Bruce before, Bruce after, I want to be like whatever I'm supposed to be here for. I got to take care of it, because the last thing I'm going to get a little bit deep for a second, Darius. I apologize, but my biggest fear right now is dying and having to meet the Creator and tell him, yeah, I messed up. I probably didn't do everything I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that.
Yep. You know,
Anyway.
when the lockdowns happened, when the lockdowns happened, everybody's tripping out about having to stay at home. And I know Yvette down the bottom. Welcome, Yvette. Good to see you, darling.
Yeah. Hello.
I know you're tired of sitting at home.
No, I came on. I'm only doing a quick cameo. As most of you know, I broke my nose last week, so
hell.
this is the first.
Did you win the fight?
Not with the wooden floor I face planted on.
You fought gravity.
I'm so sorry.
No, thanks.
Well, we've all done that.
I've got some great strong painkillers, but Derek, that's you, Jens. What are you doing? Wow.
Not now, 3PO. Not now, 3PO.
Nobody hit the button. Don't push the doomsday button.
No,
So
don't
you
push the button. Don't push the button yet, just yet.
Yeah.
So Darius, just wanted to come on in person and congratulate you on your 200, well, over 200. Absolutely brilliant. And wanted to ask a question, actually, Darius. Have you kind of set a precedence here for people that don't have content, but if they reach 100 subscribers, they have to do a live stream? What do you think? Because I know the last time I looked, which was a couple of weeks ago, I had 45. So
let me check real quick, because I just dropped your link into the chat. And,
oh God!
You got 45 right now.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I encourage you, if you get 200 and don't have a video out, then put out a video or a live stream, and it's fun.
Absolutely, it's fun. It is. Anyway, I want to send my love, congratulations, and I am listening. And yes.
Well, and thank you for showing up. I know you're in a lot of pain.
First appearance since I broke my nose, so you get the lucky.
You
or
look
not
fine.
So lucky.
Yeah, you look great.
You look fine, darling.
Just don't blow me up. Trust me.
You look really
not
good.
good. It's not good, but it's better than it was. So.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, congrats, darling, and I will leave you all to it. And have a great night.
Take care, Yvette.
Remember,
Nice to meet you.
Been a long
Nice to
road.
meet you too.
Cheers.
Darius, I should probably take my leave as well.
Okay.
So I can rest up and get better. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me on, and congratulations for your success. You're a very, very nice person, and I think you deserve it. And I hope you'll continue to grow. And yeah, thank you, chat, and thank you, panel. It was nice to meet some of you guys. I've never met you before, but hopefully we shall meet again.
Nice to meet you too.
Take care.
Get well
Take care.
soon, Reni.
All right,
good, Reni.
thanks.
All right. Thanks,
See you
Reni.
guys. Thanks,
Have a
Darius.
good
Yeah. Bye, Reni.
Bye.
Later.
Aw.
Bravo.
I hope she feels better soon. She's always a positive energy in the panel.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
really
she's a
bad.
firecracker too, though, because she doesn't take any shit, and so she's a combination of being delightful and also being savage when necessary.
A strong combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was that? Bruce says, "I work really hard trying to learn new magic tricks." And hail, Tim.
Oh, hey, Tim.
No. I was quoting somebody else in a former stream because Wookiee Supremacy was trolling him just viciously. And the guy's like, hey, I'm the funniest guy in this panel, and I worked really hard to bring you new magic tricks every week. And it was just kind of funny. I snorted whenever I heard that. So I had to retype what I heard to Wookiee, because I found it a little too funny that somebody would have that much audacity. It's the same person that says, by proxy, I have a PhD because I stick my penis in my girlfriend who's going to school for a PhD. And I laughed, and I'm like, this is probably not how you get smarter. I plug into my girlfriend.
That reminds me of someone.
Sorry.
That would be awesome.
Who I won't name.
That would be awesome if it worked.
Well, I don't know. That could be dangerous too if it worked.
Well, hell, I'd be a lot smarter than I would be right now. Shit.
Oh, 'cause your ex-wife is a genius.
No. She was definitely smarter than I am, but I don't openly say that much, but you never know.
How do you feel about this, JJ? Eastland says it's luck who makes it on YouTube.
Yes and no. On this platform, it's not all about luck. It's just all about the audience you can grab along the way, and if you have anything interesting to say.
Well, a lot of us have interesting things to say, but because we don't have a Zeppelin race going on with a low-cut T-shirt, we're not going to get the viewership that YouTube loves to promote and throw advertisers on.
Right.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Exactly. I've said that, believe it or not. I've said that repeatedly.
I've said that repeatedly. No, there is a bit, in all seriousness, there is a bit of luck. But what I'm loving is it's almost like punk rock to me. As a rule of thumb, maybe I'm biased because I'm one of them, but the sub 1,000 channels, well, actually, no, shout out Clobbies, cross that line. The around 1,000 channels and lower is a rule. I think we've got the most exciting things to say. I like the biggies, but I'm listening to the biggies less to listen to my chums more, because we've got more opinions, more interesting ideas. There's only so many times we can hear yada yada yada. I don't like this. It's like now there's more up and coming channels with, well, how about this, or let's look at it like this, or how about let's write a new one ourselves.
Yeah, because I've been a firm believer in this for quite a while now, and I've said it many times. I'll repeat it again, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2021. We as a people should be a lot further along than what we are. Okay, but we're not. We're still bickering and squabbling amongst one another over dumb shit. Okay, we need to be a lot further along than what we are. We need to, instead of moving forward, we're always taking 2 steps back, and it's hurting us badly. I don't care where in the world you live. We should be a lot further along than what we are. And all this bullshit about entertainment. People talking the same shit every day. Did you hear this person say this? Did you hear this person say that? Who cares? Who cares? They're entertainers. They're going to bitch, complain, and squabble. Okay? Their job is to entertain us. And I hate to put it that way. And in the past 5 years or so, entertainment's gone downhill badly. Why? Because of Hollywood stepping in and trying to appease the people instead of doing what they did best, and that was entertain us.
In the meanwhile, we're coming up with the good ideas. I had that Darius Munchausen. Has anyone heard of Darius Munchausen? He's got a channel, I think. That Darius Munchausen came on my channel earlier. He broke Star Wars. Oh my goodness, he should have been there. Amazing stuff. Exactly. We're doing more to it than Disney ever could.
Exactly. You know, and I know there's people out there that doesn't like this gentleman, and there's people out there that do like this gentleman. A few years ago, Star Wars Theory released his Vader fan film. Okay. Awesome job. I loved it. I'm not a big fan film person. I loved it. Okay. That man did more in 16 minutes than Disney has done in how many years now? It's to me outstanding. Give this man a job. Let's see what he can create. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Didn't we watch that together? It had Darth Vader was choking the Emperor. Spoiler.
Yeah. No, we didn't watch it. We didn't watch it. We didn't watch it together, but I've seen it many times.
That's a fantastic video.
For every Last Jedi, there's a 3PO and Uncle Owen, the reach around years.
Yep. And anybody that haven't seen it, a recreation of Scene 38 from the original Star Wars. The fight between Obi-Wan. Yeah, the fight in between Obi-Wan and Vader.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That one's awesome.
Yes. That was awesome, man. Give these people jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's.
Well, there was a deepfake artist who did get a job working for Lucasfilm, I believe.
Yeah, he was a lucky YouTuber.
Oh, because of the Luke scene, because they did a better job than Disney, and Disney actually admitted it by hiring him.
Yes.
Yeah, that was actually a cool move.
Exactly.
Right. But that Star Wars scene, that's another example. The Star Wars scene, I mean, you know, shout out Mark Hamill, and sorry, not Mark Hamill in this case. It was Dave Prowse. Hello, I'm Darth Vader. The emphasis was wrong. First, I was the apprentice. Now I am the master. But no, you got the emphasis all wrong. First, I was the apprentice. Now I am the master. That doesn't make sense. First, you were the master. Now I am the master. He's fucked it up. You were the apprentice. I am the master. You are the master. I am the. He's fucked it right up. They've got to redo the whole thing.
Yep.
You can never unsee it. I'm telling you.
And when they released that Scene 38 reimagined, or however it was worded, you know, and this wasn't long after we just seen Vader lose his shit on Rogue One. Okay, and literally, I've seen a supercut of this. The end of Rogue One into the beginning of A New Hope, and it fits seamlessly because that's how A New Hope starts. They're in pursuit of the plans. Okay, we just saw Vader wreck shop, and then in the matter of days later, him and Obi-Wan are fighting, and they're just doing this. It don't fit. It don't fit.
Okay, do you remember? Because I remember watching the VHS tape. There's a couple brief shots where you can see like the aluminum rods that were the prop, right before the special edition came out.
Even back then, I don't even know if they noticed it or not in the special edition, but even you can see the power cable. You know, Obi-Wan's walking towards Vader. You can see a power cable coming from his hilt that goes into his sleeve, because they had to have power for these sabers.
You haven't paid your power bill, Darth.
Yeah.
Oh, and Snortopoopas. I remember years ago they already didn't call it butter. They just called it butter flavoring. Now they just call it golden topping. So it's not even pretending to pretend to be butter.
What?
Yeah, at the movie theater, you go over to like drizzle the yellow goo on your popcorn. It's just called butter, or no, golden topping is what they call it now. So they're not butter. It tastes like butter.
No, sorry, I ain't putting shit on my popcorn that has the word golden in it. Okay,
you're gonna give your popcorn a golden shower.
No,
that's
no.
That's like putting the golden syrup corn syrup basically on your pancakes. Yeah, if it's not real maple syrup, nah, it's not going on my pancakes.
Exactly.
Well, I defer to you with all
Vegan
my
cheese ain't
related questions.
cheese.
Right. And
Herbal
chamomile tea is
tea
not
ain't
tea.
freaking tea.
I love butter on my popcorn.
Oh yeah,
That's what she
butter.
said.
Butter, like at home, I put butter on it.
You know
but
what?
at the
I
theater,
stopped
you just get
a
the
long
drizzle.
time ago giving movie theater money for food. I will go to the dollar store and pack a bag before I give a movie theater another $1 for food. Okay.
I know what you're talking about because sometimes I bring my own candy because they don't have a specific kind of candy that I want to snack on.
Is that a curly whirly in your pocket, or you just pleased to see me? Sorry, I made myself laugh.
When the day comes that you go into a movie theater and they want to check your bags first, then they know they're screwed. Okay, because I buy my drinks, buy my candy, my chips, whatever, and whoever I'm with, hey, could you put this in your purse? Could you do this? Could you hide this? And nope. I'll buy
Cheese sandwich, 3-course meal, get a bit of turkey, bit of surf and turf action going there, get a lobster over there. I get a whole fucking table. Fuck them, I don't care. Why not? I bring my waitress service, 2 French maids. I basically get 4 seats. 1 for me, 1 for the boy, 1 for each of the French maids. I'm having a 3-course meal. Fuck it, I want to enjoy myself.
That is awesome. I would pay anything for an experience like that.
I've got a friend that she can carry probably $35 worth of dollar store candy. The big boxes, the 10-ounce boxes of Whoppers or Skittles or gummies. She can carry about $35 worth of regular candy in her purse, in one portion of her purse. I don't know where she got this satchel from, but she's about 37 years old, and she got that for her birthday. And so in now she's 39, we started going to the theater together just because of that very fucking reason. It was the smartest thing I've ever done.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and I stopped doing it, man. The last time I bought food from a movie theater, I bought the tickets, $30. Okay, went to the concession stand, 2 medium drinks, a hot pretzel, and some nachos. $37. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
For a pretzel? With some cheese?
Yeah. And nachos and a couple of drinks. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's a ripoff. And don't get me wrong now, the pretzel was fucking good, but it wasn't that good. I can go to any corner store that has them. I got a place a block and a half away. There ain't nothing but a pretzel shop. Go get a hot pretzel. It's the bomb. Fuck this movie theater bullshit. You know.
Hey,
that's why Hollywood's dying.
I just got to say that if you guys eat before you go, don't go to a movie theater like the Draft House hungry. Yeah, they sell pizza. You're going to pay $30 for a 14-inch. Why are you paying?
It's like getting a Little Caesars pizza down at Joe Louis Arena at a Red Wings game.
If you're going to get anything from a Draft House, they've got $6 12-ounce pint glasses of beer, which is bar prices, and that's not horrible because their menu for it is longer than my arm. That's the only reason why I spend money at a Draft House, because they do have good beer that I don't usually buy for the house.
$30 for a pizza. You realize how many Totino's pizzas I could buy for $30?
Oh, is that Jens?
Who is that?
Probably.
It must be Jens. That's his response to Whoopa Troopa saying, Jens, stop shaving your balls on stream.
Fucking story nerd.
I was in this theater and they had hot dogs, but I was like kind of surprised they didn't have any fries on the menu. It's like, what BS is this? You have hot dogs, but you don't have any fries.
Well, I'm sorry, Raquel. For one, I'm not paying $15 for a hot dog, much less $20 for some fries. don't give a damn what's on the menu. I ain't touching it ever again.
I remember when I was a senior in high school, my friend and I went to the theater to watch Saw, the first Saw, and we had long coats on. We snuck in at least a dozen donuts and a 6-pack of Jones soda, so that we could just snack and drink during the movie. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. We were in high school, there was no way.
What flavor? What flavor?
I think it was the blue one.
Because that's my soda. Okay.
Jones. Oh yeah.
Well, one of the J's stands for something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if the theaters had more reasonable prices, I would actually buy, some food there. But it's too expensive, so I just keep my money in my pocket, and they lose out, I guess.
Yeah, man. And it's actually not as hard as you think to sneak in a bunch of snacks and drinks, especially if you got interior pockets on a trench coat. Well, I'm sure you already know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Is he actually shredding a guitar, or it's just like a
Yes.
snap?
No.
Oh, he is.
He plays.
He's playing.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is live music. Copyright free.
Jens has more than the total gym.
Yeah, I think he's got one input though, so he can either talk or play at one time.
I don't remember if that was actually from a radio or he's actually playing that.
No, that was Jens playing. Yeah.
Live music.
Wow.
He does it on his channel all the time. Here, I'll drop his link.
Yeah, please
I saw
do.
one of his videos where he had a friend who's a DJ, mixing, beats and synths, and then he's just freestyling on the guitar for an hour or two. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, cheers, Darius, man. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is one of them where I can rather just plug my guitar in. I was trying to sort it out, but I couldn't do it where I can't talk and play the guitar at the same time.
Yeah.
Sounded good,
hail,
Jens.
Super Blubberpuss.
Really?
That sounded great.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank
It
you.
almost sounds
Yeah,
like you give Anthony a rival or Dark Gift.
Yeah, well, I'm practicing in that because that's what I busk that one. When I do my busking, when you play like an instrument on the streets for money,
Right.
busking. Yeah, I do it I have Metallica and 60s, 70s stuff.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a fan of the guitar.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Darius, on the 200 and odd subscribers.
Oh well, thank you, and you all helped.
Woohoo! Yeah.
207 now.
And by showing
Yep,
up.
that is brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah, well, thank you.
The man of the hour, Darius Munchausen.
And I like the opening. That is very original.
Oh, thanks. I got a bit coming up later. I've got a list of all my subscribers since I think June 30th.
Oh, you got going to be giving them a sort of personal thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a thank you. Because last time the bot will tell me if someone subscribes on stream, and I missed a couple of them last time. Just saying thanks in the moment, and I felt bad about it, so I figured, hey, I'll just get my record and see who we got, and because like the captain says, we're nothing without the chat. You know that.
Nothing without that.
Big time.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bryce, stay. Have a good stream. He's
Take care.
Probably already live. I think he might be doing books where he reads science fiction novels and novelizations. And sometimes I think he does scripts, but yeah, check him out. He's a cool guy, a good guy.
Yeah, I've subbed to him as well.
Oh, Canadian Spider-Man, John 42 said, "Hail Web Slinger."
Yeah, he's another. I think I met him about the same time that I started chatting with you in Doomcock's chat Darius. I think so.
Yeah, well, yeah, John Porter, he's been around since, well, at least since I showed up on the scene. I think it's been about 10 months. So,
well,
when did you start this channel?
Well, technically, you always have a channel,
right?
And but I did my first live stream about a month ago.
Yep.
Yeah, but I started getting on, YouTube live streams in October, I think, of last year, toward the end of October. Because before that, I didn't even know that was a thing that existed.
Yeah, now it's showing your first one 3 weeks ago, but basically almost a month, because this is total. This is your 5th stream. One of them was just a
random
what the hell ever. Yeah, but still, dude, you're killing it, because I'm looking at the views, man. Your first stream was 137 views. The second one, the random one, 119.
Oh, wow.
The second one was 145. The third one, 186. This one's close to 200. You got 17 people watching this one right now. No doubt it's going to be over 100 when you get done. Like I shout you out every chance I can, Darius. You're killing it. Everybody in the chat has said so. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a following.
It ain't about the people that's on the panel. It's about you.
Actually, him and the chat.
Yes.
I think the ladies love his voice and all, because I think there's a few ladies out there.
Well, there's a few women that get around him that kind of melt with the sound. They kind of melt when they hear the sound of the voice,
Oh yeah, that's always telling me that.
Yeah, he has people like me on his channel, but women are subscribing. They're like, "Oh no, don't know where him." But
Yeah, Saggy hasn't popped in yet, but she's always telling me she likes the sound of my voice. And JJ, Whoop Trooper said, if that's how getting a doctorate works, I fear what I would become based on my poor ex choices.
Yes. Well, see, listen, even though I am divorced, I still have high respect and regards for my ex-wife. Only because of what we together have accomplished in the past 20 years. Because we were together 20 years, and it's been over that now. But if you've got a mate, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you choose, make the best of it. We ain't gonna live forever, and it's definitely better than living alone.
Yeah.
If I bang a nurse, I would have medical training by proxy.
Yes, exactly.
Said, if that was true, I'd be a super genius instead of an idiot. So it sounds like the women are smarter than us, at least according to the numbers that I'm getting from the chat.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a young lady on the panel with us. What are her thoughts on that?
Well, I know Raquel is very smart.
Yeah.
Maybe just females are just a little smarter than men. Yeah. Sometimes, not all the time.
Oh, but I'm thinking because, if they won't survive because their bodies are not built for action.
Oh,
that's my opinion.
We're not getting into that again.
Here we go.
Okay.
Last week.
Yes. Females. Yes, it's a given for females that we are weaker than men. But there are females out there that are, just as strong as men.
Well, you got Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey. Them women will fuck you up.
I would love to wrestle Gina Carano. Absolutely.
With in some oil.
In my suit.
As I said,
absolutely.
You would.
Mask on, shirt off.
Exactly.
I would actually give money for that ass meeting. Okay.
I reckon I've got more testosterone than Gina Carano, but I reckon she's not far behind me. And that's not through, and that's not natural. And that's not natural.
Jens, she'll fuck you up, man. Just admit that.
No, I'd fuck her.
Yo, she was an MMA fighter, man. She's gonna mess you
I'll
up.
fuck up most of the men fighters because they're not really fighters, they're brawlers.
Hey, okay. So we talked about this last week. So if people want to hear that, I didn't make it private. I thought about it, but I didn't make it private. But you can check out episode 3. We had a big old conversation in the middle about you know men and women and strength and fighting technique. And
well, for most women, it's the truth for most. Okay, but you do have the select few out there that will put a man in their place.
Right? Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, like Buffy and Xena, and real women like
Xena, yes.
Ronda Rousey.
She's like Wonder Woman, the warrior princesses. They're like Superman. It's like, of course.
Jens, come on.
I just mentioned Buffy to tease Jens because I know how he feels about Buffy.
90% of the women's softball league in San Antonio, I never want to see in bikinis. Okay, ever.
Yeah, well,
there's more body hair there than on me.
Yeah, well,
I am a Sasquatch.
I can back that up.
Either compared to the men's level. Which is
oh yeah, and
I agree.
To answer your question, Russell T Davies was brought back in for Doctor Who, although I don't think we're going to see it until 2023. But he's the one that relaunched the show in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston on through David Tennant.
Still going to be Sidor. I reckon the next Doctor's going to be bisexual, like transgendered dude that wears a skirt.
Well, remember there was that rumor about who it was going to be, and
everyone laughs until you see it on the screen, and then
have you heard who the next Doctor's going to be? There's a rumor going around. They've confirmed the next Doctor Who.
Well,
it's going to be Ray fucking Winston. I'm the fucking Doctor now.
Yeah. Where's your fucking tool?
There you go. The only way forward.
I heard that leak on Captain Spock's channel.
Doctor,
where's your sonic screwdriver, bitch?
You know what? Back in 2015, I think it was, I saw my first sonic screwdriver. Okay, I didn't know what the hell it was. I thought it was a fancy lightsaber or something. I saw it at Universal Studios Florida, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And lady behind the counter, oh, that's a sonic screwdriver. I'm like, oh, what? The hell is that supposed to fix? I have no clue. I saw Doctor Who when I was a kid on PBS. And I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago. I was like 9, 10 years old. I never caught on. I didn't know. But now I'm surrounded by the Whovians, and I'm learning right now. Citizen 333 said, I know my Star Wars knowledge. Well, that's great, but I don't know shit about Doctor Who. I'm learning right now.
First I was the learner, now I am the master. Yeah, I think he's got the word. I had the words wrong, but the emphasis I got the wrong. Yeah, sorry. First I was the learner, now I am the master.
Yeah.
First I was the learner, now I am the master. First I was the learner, now I am the master. See, it doesn't work. I am the learner.
There's so many years. There are so many years.
Now I am the master.
See, he's saying first you were the master, now I am the master. But he's not saying that. He said, first I was a learner, now I am the
master. But actually, we all are.
Student, I think it is, or somewhat like.
We are all masters of our own environment.
First I was the learner, now all of us are the master.
But are you still master of your domain?
No.
Oh, I
was and you watch his action and you don't give a fuck what happens because you're like, hey, I've seen how it turns out for Rambo. Pretty good. He ends up fucking in a Mexican sort of stable.
You could go the whole show without saying soy. That's great.
I think it's more of a Canadian thing of putting maple syrup on everything.
I'm gonna be.
Is that what it is?
I'm gonna be. 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 I'm gonna be
It's nice though.
Yeah, but the
Does that still
Canadians
make
I
a
talk
master of his
to
domain?
don't like maple syrup. They don't want to hear
Spidey.
anything.
Spidey.
Well,
Yeah.
Spidey.
Pancakes.
Are you
Any
master
sort
of your own domain?
You're darn right I am, Captain. Absolutely.
Wow, that is self-control, Spidey. That's not webbing.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Now, call me weird if you want, but give me a good piece of good smoky bacon.
All right, I'm out.
with a little dipping sauce or some maple syrup. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, you ever had that brown sugar bacon?
Yes.
You just coat bacon with brown sugar, bake it in the oven, and it turns to like candy glass.
Yes. That is some good sweet.
We called it. We call it the Beatus bacon.
Beatus.
My favorite bacon is still Wright Bacon makes a thick cut of bacon.
Beatus and butthead bacon.
Their basic one is the hickory smoke, which is roughly about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. Now, what Wright Bacon also makes, nobody knows this, or not enough people know this. They sell ends and pieces. You could Google or Bing this. Wright Bacon ends and pieces, 48 ounces, and it's less than $8 at Walmart right now here in South Texas.
What, like pork ends or something like that? Like
it's the ends and pieces of bacon, so it's perfect for grilling or sautéing and putting on your burritos or putting in a casserole dish.
Yeah,
and it's not perfect straight bacon. It's the pieces of it. Okay, so it's the ends, it's the scraps, but for what I use bacon for, which is for tacos or for snacking, I don't care if it looks right. You guys have seen my pizzas. My pizzas look like shit. They taste delicious. They're not. They're not.
Oh, yeah.
Darius.
It's the pieces you throw in a pan or a pot.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That you put in the pan and just render it down, bake it fat, crisp it up, do whatever with it.
Exactly.
That is awesome.
Yeah. What's up, David?
Can you put Spidey next to me in the middle?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
although,
nice.
I think he's got to be going soon.
Hey, Captain. Yeah, I should get going soon. Yes.
Where you going, Spidey?
I've got to go make some supper.
Oh, oh, now you're thinking about the supper. I was about to get you to switch your camera on and hand you something. Oh, well, don't worry about it.
That's what he's saying.
Speaking of which, I read that the I think Stephen Ditko's family are trying to get back the rights of Spider-Man and Black Widow, I think.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Oh wow.
And I think Disney is suing, not trying to keep the rights to those certain characters.
Yeah. Although I heard it won't be the rights specifically to Spider-Man, but for anything that happened in that in like that first issue. So I guess other characters or story elements, but Marvel will retain the rights to Spider-Man.
See, y'all talking about food now. I'm gonna have to dip here shortly, also, because the stomach is at that point saying, "Feed me or I kill you." And talking about bacon, pizza. Oh my God! Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Man, look at that. That's ugly as fuck, but I bet you it's delicious as shit.
Everyone's saying that.
That looks really good.
It looks like a delicious mess.
Yeah, that I didn't want to waste any sausage, so I put all the full pound of sausage on that pizza.
Please say it was Italian sausage.
Actually, it was a spicy Italian sausage.
Grab this.
What do you by who was that? John.
Thank you.
What the hell? What's happening right now?
All right. Congratulations.
Hey.
Congratulations a lot, Darius. And I'll be here for your 300th as well.
That's tomorrow.
Way to go. Yeah, maybe, right? At the rate he's going. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah. Congratulations again, man.
Thank you. You're welcome on anytime.
Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
I'll take you up on that. Yeah, bye now.
Be well, my friend.
See you later. Spider-Man. Oh, he was in his Peter Parker form there, wasn't he? He wasn't giving the game away.
In his Peter Parker form. That's funny as hell. But yeah, Darius, I got to dip too. I know there's probably maybe a couple others I have to, but I got to eat. If you're still going, I may come back. So enjoy your stream. It was great to see everyone. Raquel, my dear, always a pleasure. Jens.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Behave.
For you, I'll try. Because like I don't. Because
Nice to meet you, JJ.
I was wanting to watch the Band in the Hand tomorrow, so I'm going to try and behave myself so I don't get fingered from the Band in the Hand watch.
Oh no, dude! You know, if you want to watch it, come on in. That ain't till Wednesday, though. That ain't till Wednesday.
Yeah. So
Bruce, take care of yourself.
I will be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take care, everyone. It was great to see everyone.
And everyone should subscribe to JJ if they haven't already, because we just had the return of randomness at its finest.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And everybody in the chat, keep supporting this man. He deserves it. All the power to him. I see great things coming for this guy as long as he wants to keep doing it. And as long as he wants to keep doing it, keep supporting him. That's all I got to say about that. You know, he's awesome. I've spent many late nights talking to this man. He's very informative, very smart. And he knows a lot about a lot of things. So ask him, you'll find out. Ask him, you'll find out.
A lot of random things. That's why you like me.
Yeah. And he's got the voice that'll melt a woman's heart. So take care, everyone. Peace.
Later, JJ, and happy birthday tomorrow.
Yeah. Happy birthday, JJ.
Yeah, JJ, I plan on being at work tomorrow, but you have yourself a great birthday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, everyone. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday
Everybody in the
tomorrow.
chat. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care, everyone.
Later.
Later, JJ. And everyone, check out JJ and Slasher's Wednesday night movie reviews. Wednesday night movie reviews. They're a lot of fun. Usually we get together. Well, when I can, I join them. But watch a movie. Raquel, do you know what the movie is this week?
I don't know.
I do. Band in the Hand.
Oh, yeah, because you've been saying it like 100 times. Yes, Band in the Hand. Thank you.
I thought you guys did that. Oh, no, wait. We skipped that last week. Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the last week's one, but because it didn't get done last week, it's been postponed to this week. And because it's one of Sasha's choices, so JJ hadn't seen it. But
hang on, so they're doing last week's one this week. So this week's one next week, or is this week's one going to the week after?
Well, we were supposed to watch the movie last week, but
what, last week's movie this week, or this week's movie next week?
No, they've just got like a list that they've just sort of like skipped one, and so because it got skipped, they're pushing the schedule back a week out, these sort of thing. So
they're going to swap it. It's like when you book a room into Hotel Infinity.
Well,
they go, sorry, we'll fill up. So are they all going back one, or?
Well, no, because they haven't got a list. The sort of pick the film at the end of, usually when they watch the film, they'll pick the next film for next week to watch. And so like,
because it's
like Streets of Fire and
Streets of Fire,
Demolition Man.
Oh no, yeah, we'll watch that. I think, what was it? There was some good Xanadu, I think.
No,
Xanadu, but yeah, that's not going to happen, I don't think.
No, because the order can matter. Because I don't weird situations.
No, there ain't no order. There ain't no order.
Even that is an order. You see, no order. That is it's rush again, isn't it, Darius? Not an answer is an answer. That actually happened. Check it out. Cardinal Sin. called me up, said, "Hey, we're going to do a show about The Prisoner, and we're going to have Tracy Torme. YouTube is my evidence that actually happened." But then I went, "Yeah, but in which order?" And they went, "What do you mean?" That actually happened. So sometimes the order's important, and sometimes, as Tracy Torme said about The Prisoner, Tracy said the order doesn't matter, and I said that in itself is an answer.
Well, they just put the numbers on, so it's like
fair enough.
The number it is.
All right, I'll take it all back.
Yeah, they haven't brought it out, as I say.
Oh yeah. So, Captain, you and Cardinal Sin have been working on that new series.
But we're doing it in the wrong order.
The new series about the old series
of The Prisoner. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I was giving a little. That was me doing a little advert for Cardinal Sin there.
Right now, I wanted to be there to mod those, but unfortunately, I had to work extra last week. So, tell us just a little bit about that.
Okay, well,
he's gone.
Uh-oh.
Because I get you with him, but
can you hear me? Oh no,
I can. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry, I was getting a phone call. I had to decline. Yeah, so it's an episode by episode deconstruction of The Prisoner. Although we started off by summing up the whole series, so that means that our episode 1 didn't cover The Prisoner except in its entirety. So therefore, our episode 2 is the episode 1 of The Prisoner. But then we got into that discussion. What is the correct order of watching The Prisoner? But since Mr. Torme said it doesn't matter, I took that mean as well. That means it doesn't matter to you, and therefore I'll go with the how is this for pop culture? We went with the DVD order. Why? So I'd have to bother pissing about, spitting out discs and playing them in an inconvenient order. So there you go. The official order of watching The Prisoner is whatever bollocks is on my DVD.
Yeah, as long as you get the beginning and the end one in that sequence.
Yes. But in all seriousness, that's the answer. There's definitely the first episode, Arrival, and then there's a 2-parter for the end. And beyond that, go for your life, any order you like. But for those of you that do care and have an opinion, you may agree or disagree, but we're starting, or rather not starting, episode 3, your episode 2, maybe their episode 7, The Chimes of Big Ben, this week on Cardinal Sin.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you.
Indeed.
Cardinal Sin's got a very undersubbed channel.
Cardinal Sin?
Yeah, Cardinal Sin's channel is very undersubbed. I don't know if he's upset some people in the past, but I think he's pissed off Mama Susan before because he's been doing this for a while, like I have, and he is not loved on the subscriber count.
Oh, well, we've all
I
been
would agree he's way undersubbed.
Yeah, he's definitely undersubbed in the sense that we're all. That's the thing. I think all these under 1,000 channels are thoroughly amazing and literally deserve tens of thousands of subscribers. But maybe I'm biased.
Well, if some of us, and obviously it's not going to be me because I pride myself on being masculine in that. But if some of us wanted to just put on a skirt, a bit of makeup, and the algorithm would start pushing you right to the top.
Yeah,
I'm already there. Put a bit of lippy on, right? You are. Come on, son. Let's get 250.
Oh yeah.
I've thought about it numerous times. Like, if I would just do a show where, I make funny voices, and I wear a fake bra and pumps and a dress, I'd probably have 7,000 subscribers. Because I know I've seen RuPaul's drag show before live, and it's crazy because you see the entire 1/4 of the city will come out for that.
Yeah,
and it's just a phenomenon. But I'm like, no, I like my dignity. I don't want to wear a dress.
You're right.
I'm
People
good.
will come. I don't mind. I put on a fake limey accent. You think this is my real accent? Of course not. I'm from Queens, New York, but they love it out there, so I just put on this limey shtick and they lap it up.
Oh, and my chat jumped on me, but hail the Wake Down, if you're still listening, and check out his channel. This is a totally different kind of thing, but it's good stuff.
Breakdown's a great guy.
Won't jump on you. It will happen.
Yeah. Especially if I scroll down, but if I leave it up there, it'll
Okay,
hold out a little longer.
I spend so long on the chats that I just StreamYard deletes a whole bunch. It's like, come on, Cockney, you're taking too long. But we like to read out with nothing without the chats. Captain Trek says, "Who's Cardinal?
Cardinal.
Is
Oh yeah.
cousin?
If I go highlight that, chat might jump on me. I'll do it. He said Cardinal Sin now has more subscribers than me, but for ages he was way undersubbed. Yeah, dude, for the level of content that Cardinal Sin is putting out, he's way undersubbed. I mean, Tracy Torme came on his show and broke new information about sliders, which got picked up in publications.
Yep.
And it was huge. And he's been on multiple times, with you too.
So that's why it will happen. But there's definitely YouTube. YouTube is definitely fucking with all our numbers. I wish they'd leave us smaller channels alone. But there you go.
Some of his UFO guests are top level UFO.
He said actual aliens.
Yes. Well, he hasn't had ET the Extraterrestrial, but he's had Peter Robbins and
Next Best Thing.
Yeah, and he does like giveaways, and he hasn't been he hasn't gotten in trouble for what do they call deceptive practices, even though he has giveaways. That a friend of ours, Golgo13, recently had his channel shut down for deceptive practices, which is absurd. And I hope he gets that back real soon, because he's a solid dude too, who has never broken the what do they call it, community guidelines or terms of service.
Hail Gaskar.
Oh, where's he at? Hail Gaskar. Let's see. An suspicious Tombstone clone. Is it a northern accent or a southern one? I like the Romulans. A man will always have a bigger frame of women. Oh yeah. I don't want to fall into that whole thing like last week. We did that episode. People can go back and watch it. How much does Yen's weigh compare? No.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Lucy Lawless was my first girl crush. Dude, she's still looking good.
She aged so well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Was that a weight comparison to me and Gina Carano? Because it doesn't matter what she weighs. She's a woman. Yeah. I'm a man.
No, we did that one. What happens in episode 3 stays in episode 3.
Do you like Gina
agrees.
Carano
Not this again.
And Playing in the Rain.
And the Time Prophet confirms he's not Russian. He is British.
No, you're not. You're from the Midlands.
Oh no, Bruce says Lucy Lawless aged very well. Gabriella did not, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, she's starting to get the wrinkles. Like the camera zoomed in too close to her on one of the IMDb photos, and the illusion was gone.
It is an unfortunate fact of life that time is a sexist pig.
It is
magnificent, but women not so much. Sorry.
If the photographer would have backed up 10 feet, I could still masturbate about her.
Nicely put. That's like poetry. I think. Are you quoting Shakespeare directly?
I'm sorry about that, but I'm just saying, like, this is destroyed like a lot.
I'm going to try that as a pickup line. Hey, honey, you're so hot that the distance of 10 feet, I could probably squint and still masturbate about you. Oh, you're coming over me, darling.
Yeah.
You smooth talking devil, you.
Some women probably pay for that sort of stuff.
So are we talking about Reni O'Connor?
Yes.
Oh man, I remember how she looked on Xena. I almost don't even recognize her.
Oh, don't fancy yours much.
Oh, that'll get me canceled. But no, she looks way different, I guess.
That's not the Gabrielle I remember.
That's the Gabrielle I remember.
Ding dong.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is that a mysterious looking weapon in your hand, or are you just pleased to see me?
And that was
how she ended up with an Asian weapon.
There was a period of time where she was a little bit heavier and she would never show her midriff. Then she went on a diet in like 98, 99, did a lot of fitness, and that was all she would wear. She had to expose that belly every episode.
Yeah, if you got it,
Well,
flaunt it.
longer before fighting skills.
Like
Not for her
like
fighting
T'Pol
skills.
in season 4 of Enterprise and the Mirror episode, or indeed episodes. T'Pol belly button, come on.
Raquel, I'm sorry for being a sexist pig in your presence, hon.
It's not
It's all
sexist.
good.
Now you're being heteronormative. Now this is going out to all the lesbians. Stream killer, moving on.
Sheila, if you're still in the chat, there's Lucy Lawless, I believe, right?
She looks great.
Yeah, wow.
Bit masculine, but I'd still knob her.
Sorry, Raquel.
Sexist.
That's
ironic.
Sorry, Raquel.
Yeah, it's not like it's got to do with Raquel.
Darius, why are you only... Hang on a minute, Darius, you sexist pig. Why are you apologising to Raquel? Are we not all offended as feminists? You sexist fucker.
Yeah.
What am I, chocolate radio here? Do I not care for the plight of the little ladies?
Well, I have faith that if Raquel was bothered or angered by anything we said, that she would let us know.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not. If you want to look at pictures of girls, go right at it. I really don't care.
Raquel knows that I only said what you 3 or 2, depending on because it's hard to tell. But what you was thinking, I just said it. Oh, you probably won't think she's masculine. Well, she's a bit though. She's one of them where I can imagine her having a twin brother or something, and it'd be one of them. If you saw a twin brother, you'd be like, you just wouldn't be able to get it out your head.
Like something out of an X-Men movie.
Yeah, where it's practically they're proper twins.
He used to play for Watford.
Whoa. All right. The Time Prophet says Russell Davies will not save Doctor Who. The BBC have rules about wokeism and box ticking. Yeah, a lot of Hollywood and the studios, they do have rules. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a code of rules for writing scripts now. Gary had it on his show one time. I've never been able to find it since then, but I've seen it in PDF form, and it goes through all these different things. They're not allowed to tell stories about this.
No masculine males.
Don't remember how they phrased that one, but I distinctly remember the one about people in prison, and that if a character is in prison, they're not allowed to be freed from prison because there are so many people who are incarcerated who never get their freedom, who are wrongfully accused, etc. So you can't have a prison escape movie. You can't have like a court drama where someone is in prison and then the lawyer gets them out. You can't have that, and we haven't seen that in years. And if anyone knows the name of that document or a link to it, please let me know and share it with me. We all know what?
What was the show they were discussing? They were discussing Black Widow. So if we research the Black Widow, if we look at Black Widow and see exactly what doctrine it abides by, we'll get that, because they were talking about Black Widow at the time. It fulfills all of the necessary narrative requirements of this new doctrine, and Gary found it.
He found the
So
document.
I was thinking back to... Sorry, I distracted myself thinking back to the last conversation when you were saying, and then she's probably got that big twin brother. I was thinking, that's right, Vinnie Jones as the Juggernaut. Hello, I'm her brother. Sorry, I'm 2 conversations behind. This is some tenant shit right here. I blame Darius and his 4D mathematics. Comments that make sense and laughter will be added in later.
Bruce, so you're describing a recent video then?
Yeah. This is within the past 3 months.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking of is like 6 months ago. Yeah, Gary was showing off this document, and he called it the titty, and it was an acronym for something like I can't remember. So I don't remember if it was spelled like TTEE or like the TTDE, but he just as kind of a
Transphobic,
joke.
turf hating, Hollywood acceptable, modern.
It had to,
something.
yeah, it had to do with like diversity
Uber
and
woke.
inclusion. But yeah, it was guidelines, and it's effectively a set of rules, and so it greatly limits what types of stories that you can write and what type of scripts and characters that you can have. And that's one thing we talk about with Dune, Capital, where Dune, because Dune is already diverse, that it might be an ideal property for checking those boxes, but still telling the story that you want to tell. And then I remember a couple people in the chat said, no. If you're checking any boxes, the movie's ruined. But, you know, he pulled a switcheroo with Dr. Leah Kynes.
Well, telling the story, here's a clue. Try filming the whole book, Denis Villeneuve, not just stopping halfway through. Dune, I call it Duh.
Right. It may very well be good, but it will be incomplete, which will give us cinematic blue balls.
Thank you, cinematic blue balls.
And the original, talk about Blake 7 though. There's Blake 7. I had a ship.
Liberator.
But Dune, the original was pretty fucking woke, as in the mother was pretty fucking badass and that. And if you're gonna make it more woke,
good woke. It was woke in the. Sorry.
Yeah. It was good woke.
It was good woke, wasn't it? It was socially progressive. It was woke in a good way. Just goes to show that you can have good woke. So. Yeah.
But now
beat them to it.
Yeah, but now they're going to go too woke. It's one of them where in films where if you have a female who's badass and tough and kicks her ass and that, it's like good. But if you have a woman in it who's kicking ass so tough that like she's beating up all the dudes and that's bad because it's unbelievable.
You think it creates a false expectation?
Well, no, it takes you out of.
Did you expect it to create a false expectation?
It just takes you out of the belief of disbelief.
Suspension of disbelief.
Suspension of disbelief. Yes,
big one.
Here we are.
Because
J.J. Abrams movies, the science is so bad that it shatters my suspension of disbelief. It ruins my immersion and pulls me out of the movie. When I see a beam traveling halfway across the galaxy in a minute, and then they can see the beam from another planet light years away.
Speed skipping, Darius. No, it's a warp drive. It was a laser beam traveling through a warp drive. It makes perfect sense.
Right.
Don't think about it, Darius. Here's some popcorn.
Yeah, light speed skip. Because as I keep pointing out, JJ has used that trick in 3 different movies where they come out of hyperspeed in the atmosphere of a planet. He did it in Star Trek Into Darkness, where they're heading back into the solar system, and they come out of warp inside the atmosphere of Jupiter. He did it in The Force Awakens, where Han Solo can only pass the Millennium Falcon through Starkiller Base's force field if he's at hyperspeed, and then he has to come out of light speed within that small margin of atmosphere around the planet, which somehow
like Dustin
he does.
Crops, boy.
Right. Even though, if you guys know the dollar bill trick, if you let someone put their fingers around a dollar bill that you dangle from your hand and tell them if they catch it, they can keep it, and no one can ever catch it, that's the human reflex. And yet they expect me to believe that at 60 billion times the speed of light, as I roughly calculated, that Han Solo can manually pull out of that speed within the little envelope of air around Starkiller Base. I don't think so. But then he did it again, even worse, in The Rise of Skywalker with the light speed skipping, where with the added element of randomness, right? So they're jumping, they're not plotting their course, right? That's why it's light speed skipping. They go
Could be
to hyperspace,
hypernova or a starship,
you're real quick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, in a random direction. So they're going to come out a random distance away in a random area of space. They should, pretty much every time just end up in open space.
They could be flying that ship into a Crate Dragon's asshole.
They could. But if they do, so yeah, almost every time they should end up in empty space. But even if they do end up somewhere in or around a planet, it should be inside the planet. But every time they do it, randomly, they end up flying across the surface of another planet, flying between buildings, and the TIE fighters following them.
Buildings randomly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like throwing a 666.
Don't forget the worst was in 2009, and Enterprise appears right after everybody else has teleported into that death trap that the Romulans had, and they watch as tiles come off of the Enterprise as it scrapes another remnant of a ship. Don't forget that. JJ loves doing shit like that. Spectacle.
Yeah, it's dumb spectacle. Because Bruce, you know what he told Chris Pine when Chris Pine was asking him about a line of dialogue, a technical jargon, and he's like, "What does this mean?" Because he had to run through the ship onto the bridge and then deliver this line. He's like, "If I understand it, then I think I can deliver the line more effectively." And J.J. Abrams told him, "It doesn't matter what it means. All the audience is going to think is something's happening."
Yep, that's it.
That's what he thinks of us.
See, that is JJ all over.
Just dumb plebes. Eat your popcorn. Enjoy the special effects. Look, athleticism.
Well, what got me mad and all was, even though I didn't watch it, but he can't even keep to the law of Star Wars where he got Luke's Force Ghost to interact with the real world, and it's like,
yes,
for a start, ghosts cannot touch anything. If that was the case, it'd be like more of a poltergeist sort of Ghostbusters fucking level of fucking
Right.
and
internal canonical verisimilitude. Yes.
Right, and he catches the lightsaber when Rey throws it, as if to give the middle finger to Rian Johnson, and he says, "You know, a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect."
The Jedi's tool should never be tossed off on a Tuesday afternoon, Ray, or whatever he said.
And yet later on, in the previous movie, when Luke is on Crate, right, and everyone noticed, oh yeah, he didn't leave any footprints behind, right, and he dodged the lightsaber, so there was nothing for Kylo Ren to cut through anyway, so he didn't know that Luke was just an illusion. But why couldn't he interact with the environment if he was able to catch the lightsaber?
Yeah. Of course. Well, look, that was an image. What wanted that it was projecting. It is sort of like as in a Force ghost, but to J.J. Abrams, it'd be like, oh no, now he's become a Force ghost. He can level up and now he can catch stuff. And it's like, well, you want fucking watch the other fucking Star Wars films, yeah. Well, it's just like one of them where
Solo's dice.
Yeah,
it's a hard light. They're not real dice. You put them in Leia's hands, they don't exist. And then emotionally, you go, hey, sis, thanks for that tongue sandwich. Here's a recollection of your boyfriend and a memory, an aid memoir he had of his first girlfriend, Kira, who he always liked more than you. I mean, it doesn't make sense on any level. Physical, emotional.
Yeah, it's stupid. But you know what? No one's ever really gone.
I got this. Hey, put it over on my channel real quick.
Oh, Rich Evans.
It's trying to make people think it's real good because it looks good.
End of your life. A new day has dawned. Do you remember things that were in Star Wars?
What am I watching?
You don't remember that? Okay. There was a video review where these guys.
That's definitely Rich from Red Letter Media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams showing how the Jedi's was going to be dancing into the fucking Death Star.
He's my favourite one.
This is Leah! Admiral Akbar!
That's somebody else. It was a different Mon Calamari.
Oh, I thought they cast the same actor and he just gained a bunch of weight between the last film and this one.
Oh, no, Admiral Akbar's not a real person.
Alderaan!
I think they did get the same actor.
We go back to Yavin 4. Remember the rebel base? I clapped when I saw it.
I clapped when I saw Darth Vader. ATSTs, ATSTs. Lucasfilm logo. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but no title crawl. Oh well, I applauded.
It is Rogue One. Don't get me started on Rogue One. That plot spoiler. No way, Rogue One, the worst of all. Oh, it's the least worst of the Disney films. No, it's the worst one. It totally ruined Return of the Jedi. Don't even get me started. Standard rant. Cockney Spock, standard Star Wars rant number 17. Rogue One ruined Return of the Jedi. Don't even get me started.
Worst. Member berries, huh? Hey, remember when they got the plans for the Death Star? Do you remember?
Oh, I remember. Oh, remember Chewbacca.
I remember.
That's all this is just, remember when you were a kid and you loved movies? Yeah, we're going to sell you all the movies you love. We're going to sell you all your old memories back. You owe us, fucker. You owe us. Oh, hold on, guys. Oh, you owe us. This is Disney. I've got my hand out. I've got my white glove. You guys, $20 each. Come on. Ah! That's all this is. And I'm never going to watch anything Star Wars. I'm not going to buy anything new of theirs. I'm not buying toys or video games. I'm going to go to a pawn shop. And I'm going to find something that was made before 2012. And I might buy that.
Yes.
Hey, do you remember that thing that you love? Well, we bought it. And we're making a new one. It's the same.
You can't get Leia in a bikini.
You care about.
You can't even call her slave Leia. It's now unpaid intern Leia in a bikini.
Hey, remember back in the 80s when you saw all them girls running around the playground pretending there was Jedi Knights? No, neither do we. But we're going to sell it to the girls now.
I actually did know a girl who would play Star Wars. She didn't play a Jedi, though. I think she played.
Her name Kathleen.
She's probably married to a woman now, though.
Well, actually, yeah. It's funny you say that because of the two girls that I was friends with in elementary school who would play Star Wars, one of them is a man now. So that's quite a coincidence there that you say that, Jens.
Well, I was going to say, oh yeah, I bet you she's a man now, but I thought, no, that's going a bit too extreme. I'll go for the mid sort of thinking. Oh yeah, I bet you she's married to a woman now.
Many true words spoken in transphobia. No, that's not right.
Well, hey, look. All I'm saying though is, fucking the fact.
Many true words spoken in
turf. It's for boys. No. Get rid of the girls, and we can get Star Wars like Mandalorian and Bad Batch. Even though the Bad Batch has got a girl in, but she gets.
I still gotta watch Bad Batch. I have not. I need to catch up on that one.
Well, it's one of them where it was like, right, we've got 5 or 4 guys who are trained like mercenaries and that. One of them like defects and 4 of them defects and one of them stays loyal to fucking the Alliance and that.
Defects or defects? Are they defective defectors?
Both, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They defected because they're defects. Right.
Yeah. Because
they have free will.
Yeah, they're not side as much as the fucking stormtroopers.
Scriptwriters missed the trick there, didn't they? I'll be going to town on that one. I'll be calling the whole thing the defective defectors. In fact, I'm stealing that. I'm writing it. The defective defectors. Fuck you, this one there, didn't you?
For some reason, I think the soy chip, as Jens might call it, doesn't work on them because they're defective clones.
Yeah.
And so, which gives them the free will to actually defect.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there was like, oh, this is too masculine. We need a female sort of character in that, and they might have gone with a like older female, but it was like, oh no, she'll be kicking ass so much. We'll do it a little less. So even though she does kick ass in it, she's not like going around throwing grown sort of 250-pound guys around.
He's not like Gina Carano.
Well, it's definitely not Gina Carano.
She's only a lass.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's a little girl, but so is Ahsoka. The thing is that Dave Filoni has a tendency to create characters that are that are teenage girls for whatever reason. That's like
And
that's
Joss
what he likes to
Whedon.
do. And
Joss Whedon.
yeah, well, yeah, and it's not going to bother me if there's a little girl in the show. What would bother me though is if she's a Mary Sue, and I haven't seen the show yet.
No,
and if she's the
no,
key
she's
to
not.
everything.
Well, no, she might be like that, but she ain't going around beating up dudes and that. She like does go around shooting a few dudes and that with a bow and arrow, but it's very rare because they've like realized, we need masculine action. So like 90% of the action in this is done by the dudes, and then like there is some strong female characters sort of like around in that, but when it comes to the team, like she like may fly the plane in that, and when she did fly the plane, she could do it, but not all that good because there was like, right, well, she's a little lass, and obviously she
Did
never
she bypass the compressor?
No, she just sort of like hovered close to like this sort of building where the could do an extraction from the Bad Batch guys who couldn't get it anywhere else but an air extraction. And the reason why she had to like fly it a bit was because the other dude who was flying it, he was on a gun turret sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
from everything I've heard about Omega and the Bad Batch is that she's not Rey, so that's a good start.
Because like there's one where Omega she sort of like wants to go with them on a mission, but they're like, no, it's too dangerous for you. You know, you're a little lass and that, and she's real gutted in that because she has to stay with the sort. It's like a bar owner who owns a bar, but it's also their sort of
bar owner who owns a bar. What fucking witchcraft is this?
Yeah, and also the contact for the missions because the mercenaries now, and so she's their sort of contact for the mission. Sort of thing.
I missed this one. Good night, the Time Prophet.
Good night, Time Prophet. Oh fuck, it's 3 a.m. out in the UK, isn't it?
Raquel, did you see this one from Dandelion?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. I know I'm falling a little behind again, but I'm getting really into the conversation.
That's what happens, you see, when you got an interesting chat and panel. Nothing without.
Lizzie, you always say, "How dare you be so interesting?"
I know, I can't. I know. I wish they'd be like the chats on the other channels and just be predictable and boring. But no, they keep dropping in with new ideas, jokes, and innovations. Speaking of which, hello, Dalek 451. Perfect example.
Hail, Dalek 451, and we see you.
Yeah, we have the best. We do have the best chat. Keeps us on our toes.
Let's see. Yeah, we said
I'm honoured to share chat with Darius. The all of you in the chat that listen to both our shows, you are clearly the wisest of all the chatters.
Wookie says my channel got a hate speech strike over a meme. LOL. My channel rocks. This channel does rock, actually.
Yeah.
The wall defeats them all.
Yeah. Build the wall.
Fred says Gina kicks you square in the ghoulies and you're done.
Square in the ghoulies. Right?
Yeah, well, that is why they was put there, because fucking unless we had testicles from to kick, we'd just be slamming them even more fucking badly.
So you're saying it's like our video game weak point?
Yeah. The reset button. Yeah, it's a reset button because when you get kicked in them, man,
reset.
Yeah, you just curl up in a ball, don't you? Just curl up in a ball. Like, yeah. But here we go, because I'm so masculine in that. I know that there is fucking martial artists out there. I'm not one of them because this is too masculine, where their training regime is being kicked in the balls so they develop the tolerance. So when they do get kicked in the balls, they're not curling up on the floor with watering eyes, watering, and
it's just a flesh wound. That's some Opus Dei shit right there.
Because there's even like YouTube clips, like I don't know exactly what would be under, but Shaolin monks getting kicked in the balls will probably bring up
bollock foo.
Yeah. It's true though. If like look how, because I was impressed. Because I'm thinking, no,
like
that's
that one, huh?
The new Shaolin black belt, Buster Gonad, his undefeatably large testicles.
Yeah.
Ichi, Sanji, Hajime, dong.
Yeah. Well, you're probably like laughing about it, but there'll be some poor fucking cunt out there that ain't got his belt because he can't take.
The idea of Viz Comics Buster Gonad of the unfeasibly large testicles cross-referenced in the Bruce Lee movie is just tickling my visual subconscious. Something chronic. That is amazing. You have dishonored my family. You have dishonored my male grooming regimen. Dong! Ow! 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 Fucking brilliant.
Well, that's dedication.
Into the bollock.
Yeah, that's dedication for you to fucking mastering the art of toughness.
Hey, Raquel.
Hmm?
Hey, I will be right back. You're in charge for 1 to 2 minutes.
Me?
There's a funny question.
Arabic has a question for you. He says, I'm curious, who does Raquel think the hottest guy in Trek is?
I can't really answer that question because I'm not really familiar with Star Trek.
Well,
safe answer.
Shatner in his day, all the space aliens was around him. Oh, well, all the female space aliens was all around him. I'd go for Shatner in his day.
I'm just going to say that I'm preparing myself for the eventual day where 90-year-old William Shatner is no longer part of our planet. And that makes me very sad. Good.
I feel the same with Betty White.
Another good life, though, aren't they?
She will outlive all of us, I feel.
Yeah, when someone gets to 80 and that, you're thinking, well, sad to see him go, but they've had a good... Unless you get into the 90s and 100s, where if Shatner's at his 90s, but he's looking good for 90, you know, I don't think he could be 95, 100. I think the longest someone's ever lived is like 100 and like nearly 10 years.
Wookie, am I really attractive now? Because I'm not really familiar with Star Trek.
Yeah, Wookie's going to crush on you. He's going to show you his bowcaster.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really familiar with the story of Star Trek. I know William Shatner is in it. I'm not really familiar with him that much.
A TV
but
show about a Vulcan called Spock and his two friends as they help.
Well,
him
I know Spock. I know he says long live and prosper, stuff like that.
Live long and bollocks. Live long, be lucky. That's communist Spock.
You know, according to the Mad Mardigan theory, all you really need to do, Raquel, is just go to a Trek convention and find the one guy that fits in a uniform and doesn't look too fat, and go have osmosis sex with him, and you'll be able to absorb all the knowledge of Star Trek without the pain of watching it.
I think I'll just start on the first series and see what it's all about.
Yeah. Oh, the first Captain Kirk won William Shatner in the pilot episode.
Oh no, it was Christopher Pike.
Yeah, Pike was in the first episode, played by Jeffrey Hunter.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but it's good to watch that because then you see how the cast, because Spock's a bit more human. He's more he's
half human.
Let's go fucking shag some beds and start some fights and fucking do what the fuck we like.
Let's go fucking logical. Let's go fucking logical. La 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 la.
Oh,
the first season of Star Trek, the original series, Raquel, is pretty cool, but you can watch and pick up that they don't have a firm narrative or background set for the universe just yet. And
On
so
2 hours.
some things kind of change here and there. They have an idea they want to be at proto-military. They have that idea. In the second season of the original series, that's where you really start seeing Gene Roddenberry feeling comfortable with this new space opera that he's got. And he's stretching beyond what was established before, which was basically just Lost in Space, Buck Rogers, and Flash Gordon. He's got it now. And in the third season, that is kind of, I'll just let you watch that and you can give us your dissertation when that day comes. But I think the first 2 seasons are really good.
I want to add, and I haven't got a clue about how time travel works, but we'll let it go because it's the original Star Trek.
Oh my God.
There's no self-erasing timeline. Hold me back, Darius. I'll save it for another time.
The teleporter in Star Trek is cool.
Did Raquel pick a hottest guy in Trek?
No.
I don't know. I can't
She was
really
about to
say.
say Spock.
Yeah, I think I'll Google the cast and that, and we'll just go through and see what
All
Raquel.
duck, duck, duck.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
thingy.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
And hail Robert and hail Frog G.
It makes
Welcome.
It makes more sense the less you think about it. I like that. Can we have that as a T-shirt?
Makes more sense the less you think about it.
That's how I feel about Marvel's Endgame.
That's why I never saw it. Catch-22. I couldn't see Endgame because it didn't make any sense.
Well,
just
I
on the red
read
shirt
the
said Scotty is obviously the hottest guy.
I've got the comic books, and I like the comics for the Infinity War a lot better. For the Infinity Stones timeline, for that entire block, it's more interesting than what Marvel did. And Marvel had all the pieces. Disney had all the pieces to do everything they could, because by that time they had already bought Fox, so they could have brought in Lady Death. They could have tied in Daredevil. They could have done so much. They could
Lady
have had
Death, yes.
They could have had an appreciable story that you could watch multiple times over and over again. But instead, they take the most popular bits of every hero comic and they don't spend enough time researching the comics. They just needed to have 3 kids that had read these comics, or 3 40-somethings that had read these comics and loved them. And they could have made a good saga for 10 years. But I'm not going to watch the Marvel movies again, except maybe whenever I turn 55 or 60, I might pop in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. But I'm good.
Yes.
I'm so good for right now. I don't need to watch them, and they're shit, in my opinion. We have 3 versions of Iron Man. We have Iron Man 1, we have Doctor Strange, we have Black Panther. What's your variety you'd like?
All right.
Shout out Guardians, but my positive on the MCU, and I'm biased because even back when I was collecting the comics, I was always into science fiction, although not, ironically enough, the Guardians comic itself. But for me, the best 2 MCU movies, hands down, with a big gap between the second and the third one, is basically Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and then Guardians of the Galaxy. For me, by far the best 2 MCU movies.
Mm-hmm. Also, hail Ironcaster. He says every time the light speed skipped, it was on a planet, never in the middle of space. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly what we were talking about.
Quite so.
It should almost always be somewhere in the middle of space.
The odds of that happening, it's basically like in Casino. That can never, the odds of happening twice are astronomical. Either you are in on it or you're too stupid to realize the scam. Either way, JJ, get out. You're done, Abrams. Out.
I'm a geek, and I'll tell you guys how much of a geek I am. In '86, I was at a Trek convention. I bought the first printing of the Star Wars D6 role-playing game published by West End Games.
Nice.
I went home, I read that over and over and over all summer. And they had little rules for hyperspace, and in like 3 paragraphs, you found out hyperspace must be entered outside of a planet's atmosphere. You have to do it in the void of space. But apparently nobody told JJ that.
Oh,
and
JJ
so
don't care.
you guys, it's the people that the poor people that saw Star Wars. If they didn't know, they didn't care. But people like myself, if I would have watched that in the theater, I would have had a nosebleed. So anyway.
Yeah, it was totally immersion breaking for me. And so when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, you know what pulled me out? Because, people they focus a lot on storytelling and character development, which are the most important things. But as far as the science, there has to be a certain level of fidelity. There has to be enough. It has to be good enough, right? I don't need it to be perfect. It just has to be good enough to pass the immersion test. And JJ's science just immediately breaks that for me.
Inner scientific verisimilitude.
Right. Remember when we watched on JJ and Slasher's movie review, I think a couple of weeks ago, we did Demolition Man. And I couldn't complain about anything in the movie except for one little scientific thing where they had a gun that uses powerful magnetic fields to accelerate beams of neutrons, right? And I'm like, but neutrons have a neutral charge. They're not positive or negatively charged, so you're not going to use a magnetic field to accelerate it. That was right. That was the only thing that bothered me in the movie.
That ruined the movie for me.
That ruined it?
That and the fucking
no, I'm joking.
And the other part about Star Wars that a lot of people probably don't pay attention to is that if you don't go on any of the extended universe stuff where they show you maps of star systems and all that, the first trilogy is very small. In the amount of space it takes up, they don't spend weeks at a time in hyperspace. They say we make the jump to light speed. Light very fast, but not that fast. It takes 8 minutes for the light to get from our sun to our planet. Going from star system to star system takes quite a while.
Yes.
Then you've got the Death Star, which is a gigantic battle station.
Right.
I never had read in the tech manuals that it could fold itself into light speed. I know it has thrusters. I've seen those before. But they don't talk about it having a hyperspace capable engine.
Right. So then how did it get to the Yavin moon?
So how is this thing, if you think about Star Wars too long...
You'll deal with your rebel friends soon enough.
It's a very small galaxy that they play with. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
And that's yes. Also,
yeah.
So
my calculations were based on the assumption that the Star Wars galaxy is roughly the same size as the Milky Way.
I was going to comment earlier when Darius Munchausen says I calculated based on the speed of light, the approximate distance. I was thinking to myself, Darius isn't fucking kidding. He's actually done it. 186 miles, 1,000 miles per second. Carry the 2 distance from Yavin squared. So there you go. You're doing it. You proved it right. Go on. Sorry.
It was. I think it was last October. I was lying in bed thinking about it, and
as you do.
So the speed of light is, I gotta try to remember, is
186,000 miles a second.
Kilometers per second. Right?
No, I had an argument with someone about that. I'd be like, well, you've been no fucking good in the space battle. It's 186,000 miles per second or whatever it is in your fucking newfangled kilometers.
Right. So let's see. Speed
times 1.600. So blah, 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 blah. So yeah, whatever one.
Yeah.
Well, all right. What is?
Okay. Speed of light in a vacuum is, or C is very close to 300,000 kilometers per second, right? And so let's assume that the galaxy, if it's around the same size as the Milky Way, is what, like 100? Was it 100 million light years? 100,000 light years?
To the nearest white dwarf.
Right. That movie the first movie would take like 30 years for it to get through.
The Milky Way is, let me see. I had it there for a second. Size, there's thickness. Yeah, you can't forget girth. Can't forget galactic girth.
It's all about the girth.
I have a new love for the Dune universe right now. They fold space. Fuck light speed. We fold shit.
Right. Yeah, they do. Right, and they do it using
The spice.
Physical
Young
and
navigators.
mental enhancements from the spice, right? Which is also how they develop precognition, spoiler alert, allowing them to navigate around planets, stars, and black holes, which in Star Wars, it takes a computer to do, unless you're light speed skipping. Oh, you know what?
Get
I
a
typed size of
Mentat.
Milky Way. Diameter. Okay, how about that? Diameter of Milky Way is
Darius Munchausen
approximately
is a
170,000 to 200,000 light years in diameter.
Oi,
right?
Darius, have you got red lips? Are you a Mentat?
Not quite. I need more of that Sappho juice.
And
I bet you do.
I did not realize that you were. I knew you were intelligent. I did not realize you were subgenius.
He's
Praise
got his
Bob.
own church.
Yeah, but I think the number I came up with was about 60 billion times the speed of light, just based on assuming that they got from Tatooine to Alderaan in one day. Because you get a sense of travel time that it's not like 5 minutes like it is in the JJ continuity, but it feels like a full day's road trip.
Yeah, do you remember that scene at the end of Planet of the Apes where they fly back from the Planet of the Apes to Earth, and it takes like, and in the like film, it takes about 2 minutes.
Yeah, man. At least show some passage of time. We don't need to experience that time, but we need to know that time has passed, or else, yeah, it pulls me out of it. But when Rey takes off from Jakku in the Millennium Falcon that she just happened to find, Han Solo and Chewbacca show up within a minute. Oh, we've been tracking the Falcon, but it was off. So as soon as the beacon came on, we found it right away, and we got here immediately. And then the people tracking Han and Chewie show up a minute later.
Yeah,
Breaks my immersion.
I won't say this because I don't agree with this, but I read in an article there was too many women writing on Star Wars for it to make any sense at all. And I was like, go, let's go.
I don't know. If they had DC Fontana, it would have made a lot of sense.
I did. I was like, no, this magazine's not for me.
But if they had DC Fontana, it would have been too intelligent.
Yeah, but we'd have watched it though.
There's a lot of great female sci-fi authors that have written some really good stuff. She's written a lot of episodes of Star Trek.
Apparently, the one in the Star Wars fucking room, though, were they? Not what you looking.
No, not in the. Not for the sequel trilogy. No. Bruce, who was it that that did Measure of a Man from The Next Generation? What was her name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. She goes by a shortened version of her last name.
Blip, blip. Too short?
No. Oh yeah,
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Melinda Snodgrass. She goes by
Snodgrass.
That's it. Yeah, and she's friends with George R.R. Martin, and yeah. So yeah, she can write some intelligent sci-fi, but whoever they got writing for JJ doesn't need, and JJ doesn't want intelligent writers.
No,
you know,
it had to be side anyway.
Effect. Yeah,
it had to be side because if it was too masculine, fucking people watching would have thought.
Kathleen wouldn't like it, right? Because the Force is female.
Yeah, and it made them having to go to the gym and work out that, like, yeah, in the real world, males usually have the force of physical strength anyway. If you go down to the gym.
Which I don't think would affect a person's use of the Force in Star Wars in any way. And because the Force is non-binary, it's a force, right? It's not an organic.
No.
Whether you believe in midichlorians or not, anyone can train themselves to use the Force. And like Yoda says, "Judge me by my size, do you?" And he lifts the entire X-wing up out of the swamp. So
but he's been doing it for like 900 years, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He's been doing it for 900 years. He's like the wise old martial arts master that can beat you up, even though he's 90 years old. And so it wouldn't bother me if Rey had attained the level of power she had through training. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah, it would have been great if she had actually trained to be able to do the things that she did within the first 6 minutes of being around Kylo Ren.
Right. But the way they explained it was that when he reached into her mind, it flipped a switch, and suddenly she became aware of her ability to use the Force.
Yeah, but what she did was
which is
crap
lazy writing.
because I've seen better sword fights with 10-year-old kids than what she could do.
I fell asleep in the theater watching the sword, the laser, the lightsaber battle in Star Wars, and I couldn't believe that I was watching this. I'm like, this is such a step down from Episode 1. Whoever was in charge of the cinematography and the choreography, whoever shot this, like they would fall on their sword if George Lucas was involved.
Yeah.
But whoever did that, they are in love with this movie because the music was big and they were trying to make it seem it was more exciting than it really was. And here I am falling asleep, struggling to stay awake because I work too much, and I couldn't handle it. I woke up and I walked out of the theater, just disgusted.
Oh wow.
Well, it's bland. It was sort of made for people who like watch soaps, and so if you're watching soaps, then like The Force Awakens, amazing, isn't it? It's real action packed. But if you're not watching soaps and you're watching 80s action, and then you look at The Force Awakens, it's like
The Rise of Coronation Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he finds the droid with the map he's looking for, and then he's like, "Oh, we don't need it now. We have the girl. We got what we need." What?
Yeah.
No, take the droid. Take them both. Don't be stupid. How many times you said, "Oh, I won't need that," and then you really did need it? Dude, the chat is killing it though. Whoopa Troopa says my favorite part of the Rise of Skywalker is when for some reason they had to go through the Death Run to the Sith planet and couldn't just go around it because it's space. Snort says Jar Jar is a blithering idiot. Wookie says I like the quicksand that bails out into a cave at the bottom. That's my favorite.
Yes, the fucking magic quicksand. What's holding it up? Oh, fucking nothing, of course.
Yep, dumb. Richard says, shorter JJ. Don't think. Just don't think.
Just
Don't
another
think.
red shirt sums it up. Yes.
Yeah. A Patrick Swayze Force Ghost could interact with the world. Yeah, if he concentrated real hard, he could do it.
Yeah.
Nobody puts Palpatine in a corner.
And it was his sort of moment, wasn't it? Like with his darling.
Darius, I apologize, but my girlfriend is going to be home soon, and I probably need to start some dinner for her. I had a great time on this panel.
Hey,
and I'd like to be on here again if that is permissible with you and the rest of your crew later on another stream.
Sure. Yeah, I try to do it at the same time every week.
I'll be in the chat. I'm just needing to go to the kitchen and start working. Have to earn.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on, Bruce. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. I thank you for allowing me on here and being able to participate and talk with everybody. Raquel, I hope you enjoy the original series. And everybody in the chat, I really thank you for being here. If it wasn't for you, we would be talking to the wall.
All right. Great talking to you, Bruce.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and check out Bruce's channel. He does some really cool, some chill streams where he paints models and talks about stuff. It's hard to quantify like a stream of consciousness style like that, but I really enjoy his channel, and I'm willing to bet some of you will too. Wookie says, "Oh wait, I know this one. It's because Disney Star Wars is trash." Yep.
I'm not really fond of Disney stores.
No. Oh, okay, Raquel. So Eric's right about this. There's an episode of The Next Generation. I think it's in season 2 called The Outrageous Okana. It's like I think it's with a K, Okona. But it's the actor that they get for that episode who plays essentially a space pirate. Not too different from Han Solo. I think it was originally the actor that somebody wanted to play Commander Riker on the show. So they found a way to bring him in as this charming, swashbuckling space pirate.
Yeah, I looked it up. The space pirate actor guy, I would say he's cute, but not hot.
Okay. Well, that's fair. He does hook up with Terry Hatcher in the episode. A very young Terry Hatcher. Way before Lois and Clark. You ever seen Lois and Clark?
No, I have not.
Okay. It was a Superman show from the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, he comes on board and all the ladies love him.
Right.
Oh, not a fan, Jens?
Oh, Lois and Clark with Terry Hatcher. Oh,
yeah,
right,
she played Lois. And then I think, didn't she end up on like Desperate Housewives?
Yeah.
I never seen it, but
yeah.
So I'm not shitting on that show. I have not seen it. So
well,
who knows? Maybe I'd like it. I never watched it.
Yeah, well, she didn't do the action in that though. She was sort of like the eye candy sort of
right, and she did a lot of
aspect.
reporting, and you know she was half of the
She
show.
was a cheerleader in that, yeah. So,
right,
yeah.
I think she finds out. Like it starts out, she doesn't know that Clark is Superman, and then eventually she, I think he asks her to marry him, and then she's like, "Who's asking, Clark or Superman?" And he's like, "How did you know?"
Yeah, well, I didn't watch that much of it. I watched a bit of it because, like, it did have a bit of Superman in it and that, but yeah, it wasn't out great. I didn't know. Like, yeah, more sort of family orientated, which probably for the married family and all, where it's like, hey, look, it's Superman married. Like, yeah.
Hey, welcome back, Brightest Day. Hope you had a good stream. Wookie says, what happened to Moira? I haven't really heard from her since the show started. She's always welcome. I sent her an invite, and let me just double check on that.
Yeah, look, The Force Awakens. This is when you thought fucking thingy, I forget his name, but Ronald played Finn, was going to be a fucking Jedi. Like, no. Then you got I didn't go watch The Force Awakens because it had a female lead, and I was like, no. You know it's going to be crap, but it could have been all right. Yeah, it could have been all right, but 99% of the time it's not, and so I go with the odds when they're that high.
Oh yeah, Okada is kind of a dick in that episode. Let's see. Dalek451 says, thanks for highlighting my first chat. Hey man, thanks for coming through. I wanted to make sure you knew that we could see you and that I appreciate you being here. And Not Brian Young confirms Dalek451 is visible. Wooba Troopa says, anyone who's done sports knows a cup does not make being kicked there hurt much less. Yeah, but every little bit helps.
Yeah, it depends how good the cup is, but the better the cup, the more restricted you are. It's like very hard to have a cup that you don't feel's there. So.
I'll take your word for it, Wookie. Shaolin monks could just watch The Last Jedi instead.
Instead of being kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
A 2.5 hour kick in the nuts, said Empire Magazine.
Yeah, that's exactly the training Shaolin monks are going to do, so they can run around women going, Rai! I can imagine them just up and down the field. Rai! You're right. Fuck all this.
Red Cohen says,
all this masculine. Just shout for your lead female Jedi like a bitch. That'll help you defend your property and loved ones.
Oh, and hey, Lady Toriel, welcome. As far as the hottest guy in Star Trek, Ironcaster says the obvious answer is Garrick. Oh, that may be more for his personality. He's a Cardassian. The old spoonheads.
Keeping up with the Cardassians.
Arabic likes Ethan Peck. Who did Ethan Peck play again?
Oh,
I'll know as soon as I look it up.
I don't know, but that name is dangerously close to being Henpeck.
Oh, he's the grandson of Gregory Peck.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Wow.
He plays Spock on Star Trek Discovery, and he's gonna come back with it in Strange New Worlds.
Now when you say he plays Spock, he doesn't play Spock. He plays Spock 3 from Universe 12 from the JJ verse.
Right.
It's not actually Spock. That's key. It's not even Kelvin verse Spock. He's a third Spock, an imposter Spock, impostock.
Right.
Spock.
Yeah, he plays dyslexic Spock. As far as I understand, the younger version of Prime Timeline Spock. So the old Spock you see at the very beginning of Star Trek 2009 is Prime Timeline Spock. From the JJ timeline before the Kelvin universe timeline is created. So if Discovery and Picard and also Strange New Worlds are in the Prime timeline, it's not the original canon timeline of Enterprise up through Nemesis. It's the same continuity, the same timeline as Star Trek Discovery and Picard, and that very first scene of Star Trek 2009.
But they're
not.
The
Kelvin universe branches off.
Therefore, it's a different timeline from the original series.
Right.
And that's what matters. It's a different Spock in canon. That's why all this fuss online about he's this, he's that, sexuality, this doesn't matter. It's a different Spock. It's a completely different person. He should be called Splock. I'm getting a sense of deja vu, Darius.
Right. And for anyone who's not clear on what the Prime timeline is, the original series, the animated series, if you consider it canon, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and all of the movies take place in the original canon timeline.
Original canon timeline.
However, under the J.J. Abrams license with Paramount CBS, as I understand from Midnight's Edge videos reporting on this, it takes place in the Prime timeline. So it's old Spock comes back
Prime, it's secondary.
Right, when the Romulan star goes supernova and wipes out the Romulan Empire, causing Nero to go back in time in his tricked out spaceship, and then
back in
Spock follows
time.
him. Yes, where he destroys Vulcan, creating the Kelvin timeline.
Creating another timeline. This is key. He went back in time. Option 2, creating Universe 2,
right,
or indeed Universe. Like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, he created another timeline, but did not destroy the original, unlike, or indeed like, City on the Edge of Forever, and Yesterday is Tomorrow. Sorry, please continue.
Oh, hail, InfernoLOF.
Hello.
Hello. How's things?
Welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Star Trek and the three distinct timelines, not including the mirror universe.
My three Spocks.
So yeah, you have the original canon timeline with all the series up through Enterprise,
right,
all the films, and then under the 25% different license that JJ and
fuck
Alex
bullshit
Kurtzman
is that?
have. Yeah, the timeline where Romulus is destroyed is the Prime timeline. Nero goes back in time not to prevent the Romulan star from exploding, right? and not to warn anyone or to save the Romulan Empire, but just to destroy Vulcan.
Yes.
Get some type of revenge with some inexplicable red matter, thus creating the Kelvin timeline. But that original timeline where, well, not original, but the timeline he comes from where the Romulan Empire is destroyed, but you still have Vulcan, that's the Prime timeline. That's the timeline that Star Trek Discovery and Picard and soon to be Strange New Worlds take place in.
It's the secondary timeline. It's called Prime and it's secondary.
Gotcha.
Right.
Very simple.
Captain, I apologize for ending a sentence with a preposition.
No, how dare you? Indeed. And I apologize for what I'm about to say next. Indeed. Perfect.
Here you go, Raquel. Wookie says, you're not familiar with Star Trek? You just became extremely attractive.
No, I'm not familiar with Star Trek.
Betty White and Keith Richards will both outlive us all.
As will Kathleen
It's-
Kennedy's contract at Disney.
Darius can attest to this. I am familiar with Star Trek, but only to a point. I haven't really seen much. I've seen everything basically up to the Abrams reboot Star Treks.
Yeah, you can skip those.
I don't bad.
Lens
but
flare.
what Star Trek?
What'd you say, Jens?
Yeah, they're like new J.J. Abrams ones. Like I hadn't seen the latest one, but they weren't so bad. But the one like Star Trek, there was more sort of. Yeah, no, well, it was one of them where.
You're talking about Beyond?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, I saw the first one where they all get recruited and that,
right?
And then like the second one where they go against Khan. But
Into Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a joke.
So and like as I said, there's all right films if you don't class them as Star Trek films because they were too actiony packed. There was like fucking Avengers more than Star Trek.
Oh yeah, he's got to get the pew pew and the boom boom.
Right.
And the lens flare.
And the lens flare.
Which I don't mind action because that's why I didn't mind the film because it's full of fucking action. But
I mean, if you listen to Gene Roddenberry, the original version of Star Trek was basically supposed to be a wagon train to the stars. It was specifically philosophically high-minded, but it was spaghetti western.
Yeah,
but like I find like Star Trek, especially the films, there was more sort of like grittier, as in the more suspense, but better acting and better script writing, where you can sell like more sort of believable threats and that. And so when you can't write it in, you show it more in the action.
Right.
I think. Yeah, and they did more of that. As I say, because I like my action films, I didn't mind it. As in, like, it was all right, but it wasn't Star Trek though. It wasn't sort of like fucking Spock and that like talking about like because Spock was like a fucking ninja, which
he is very strong, good at martial arts. He can beat the computer at chess.
Yeah, which Spock is like quite capable of looking after himself because he's Vulcan and that, which makes him have to go to the gym and keep himself Vulcan grip fucking ready and that. But yeah,
what you got wrong?
Jumping around and that, I thought it was a bit too sort of like actiony packed for like Star Trek. But that's what I say. I didn't mind it.
Right, and as far it's science fiction, but it's also situational drama where the tension comes from the circumstances. So where you can have action in Star Trek and it can be exciting, but it shouldn't just be a straight up action movie. The climax should be something more, I guess, cerebral than that.
Well, it can have a bit of action, I reckon, at the end. But like, not so like a few guns, laser blast flying or something, and maybe running to sort of things and that, and having to take out a few dudes. But yeah, when it's like the whole film and that, and sometimes even like there's crazy sort of stuff where they don't even have to like take out because there's like training scene and that, which like. I thought was all right because, as I say, I like the action scenes where they're like doing the training scene and is it the Chinese Korean
Solo?
Yeah, the Solo character. His parachute gets like caught up or doesn't deflate or tag up, but anyway, it nearly like sends him off the edge and all that, and it's all like actually where it's like having to save him and that where like. They could have just like beamed down or whatever. You know.
I like the one. I will say that one of the things that I liked about the Star Trek reboot was the fact they picked up on the fact that Sulu knows how to sword fight.
Right, right. Because George Takei was an actual fencer.
Fencing, yes.
Right. Although I think they gave him a katana in that movie.
Yeah,
It was some sort of ambiguous, collapsible future sword that was, I guess, kind of based on a katana.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, if you notice, in the movies, usually you'll have a villain, a real villain. But in the episodes of the show, you typically don't have a real villain. You have some antagonists, and most of the time, they actually avoid fighting because the tension comes from the situation, right? Like when
usually
when Picard encounters what's his name, the Romulan general, Tomalak. Yeah, when Picard runs into Tomalak all the time, they're usually they're not arguing, but they're being polite to each other, but they're threatening each other, and they do try to avoid actually having a conflict, because if they fight each other, a whole war is going to break out, and that would be the worst case scenario.
Wasn't the prominence of wasn't the presence of the Romulans in Star Trek: The Next Generation basically a Cold War analogy?
Yeah, I believe so. It was during the 80s, and the Romulans, even though the Romulans in the original series represented what the Roman Empire would have been if they had continued to develop until the space age.
The Romulans.
Exactly. But in The Next Generation, they were used more analogously to the Soviet Union, where they had all their version of all of the Federation's technology. You know, they did things their own way. They used, I think, black hole drives instead of warp drives, and they used disruptors instead of phasers, and a lot of their technology.
For these days, weren't they ethnically Vulcans, and therefore they were simply culturally different, but ethnically the same quote unquote race as Vulcans?
Pretty much, yeah. But I don't think anyone in the Federation knew that until Balance of Terror.
Yeah, but did Roy Batty know?
Take care, just another red shirt. He's seeing you.
Be careful, red shirt. You don't be just another red shirt. Just another red shirt.
Also, hello, Carol's Cookies. No, it's quite all right.
Hello, Carol's Cookies. And did you bring some for us?
Yes.
LDG of Geeks Enjoy. See, that's what. Perfect example. Thank you, LDG, for being my 137th and 243rd subscriber. Subscribing twice. Thank you, LDG.
Oh, yeah. He's also looking forward to the Married with Children remake. I don't know if that's a joke.
Yeah.
Are they? Really?
I don't know.
Nah.
Speaking of remakes, does anyone care if I derail this for a minute? No? Yes?
Yeah. I was going to say Al Bundy on the remake. Al Bundy on the remake is going to be a woman, so it'll be a lesbian couple.
No, but speaking of remakes, anybody up on the Munsters movie that Rob Zombie is releasing?
Oh, I heard a rumor about that. Is that confirmed?
They're in the process. They are in the process of building a full-sized functional 10 Mockingbird Lane.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm thinking of Adam's Family. Sorry.
Do they have a cast?
I haven't heard anything about a cast yet, but I also haven't checked back lately.
What's that up? Monsters cast. Rob Zombie. Let's see. No, I don't want to see what they all look like now. It's not what I'm looking for. Monsters cast. Rob Zombie. We know it doesn't look like they have a cast.
Mrs. Munster.
Lily.
That's it, Lily Munster.
That's the only one that is confirmed. It's going to be Sherry Moon Zombie.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
I wonder who's going to play Marilyn. Also known as the ugly one.
Now, see, thinking of Sherry Moon's roles in previous Rob Zombie films, I don't know if I feel like she can or she can't pull off Lily Munster.
Way.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll probably watch it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll look at the trailers because if it's all set around there, it'll be like because the original one is all about Hammond.
Right. Oh, Bruce says in most of the Star Trek, the original series, Scotty should have had a better writer, someone with a scientific background. He was fine as a man who would brawl Klingons in a bar. Yeah, he was the engineer. And he had more to do than just pushing buttons on the transporter.
Yeah.
But then that's where you get Geordi. If you had a writer like Geordi had, where, you know, in the script, they would just write tech, and then they would fill it in later with technobabble.
Yeah. And I think Scotty was sort of like the foreman, where he probably wasn't the smartest one there. Well, he was like, but he probably pretended like, yeah, he wasn't the smartest one there, just so like he didn't have to do the technical jobs and that. Like, oh no,
delegation, the art of good management.
Yeah, that's what it tells the staff on it. And so it needed some more fucking, and then you have to get his tool.
Delegation is when the captain and the bridge crew are constantly going on away missions.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm popping off down the planet Sulu. Drive the fucking motor, will you? Cheers.
Now, isn't that one of the reasons for Commander Riker, so that Picard could stay on the ship while Riker would lead the away teams?
Yeah.
Then who's going to swing his legs over the chairs?
Which is one of the reasons why Commander Riker was designed so much in the style of Captain Kirk.
Acha.
Which is why all the ladies love Commander Riker.
Oh, I like the beard. Gives you something to hold on to.
Yeah, I was a big Riker fan when I was younger. Just wanted to be Will Riker.
Yeah, I think I didn't get Will Riker as a kid. Not the way that I got him once I grew up.
I still don't get him. Never have, never will.
What
is the deal with the leg
guy.
over the chair? Why is he trying to fuck every chair he sits down on?
Look.
He's
Riker
a
was a
smooth
man that
operator.
managed to make trombone cool.
Or the trombone managed to make Riker look not cool. One of them. One of the two.
Yep.
Yeah,
Does anyone know? Is that something that was included just because Jonathan Frakes can play trombone?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably.
Kind of record trombone. He was a proficient trombonist, not tromboner.
Hey, look, I can drink tea Earl Grey hot. Why don't you work that into the story? Brilliant.
You know, isn't that why they made Captain Janeway a coffee fiend? So she could
because
have
Kate
her own
Mulgrew
version
has
of-
got two hobbies. One bullying 7 of 9, the other one drinking constantly coffee.
Right. There's coffee in that nebula. If Captain Trek is in the chat, he'll let me know. Because he's got those clips. He's got all of the Janeway clips.
I've seen that.
Coffee.
I often wondered why I like Janeway so much. She's actually one of my favourite captains, and that is why it's her love of, and indeed addiction to, coffee. The best drug, the only drug, caffeine.
Oh yeah, and that Captain Trek does it perfectly because he takes all of the clips of Janeway talking about coffee and he puts them all together end to end, and then he plays that whenever he goes to get himself a cup of coffee.
I thought Captain Janeway would be your favourite, just so if you ever to go down with her on the ship.
Easy now.
You know, at first,
go down with
I
the captain.
didn't really like Janeway very much, but she grew on me over time.
No, I mean, a captain goes down with her ship. You don't go down with the captain on her ship. Well, I mean, you can. It's,
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, in space, you know.
But now, if you think about it, by the end of the show, she's like, she's kind of a wild card. She's technically a time criminal.
Roundly violated basically every tenet of the Prime Directive.
Right. And yeah, in fact, she murdered Tuvix. You guys remember Tuvix?
Voice.
With Tuvok and Neelix were merged into a single being? Yeah. She was like, "No, I want Tuvok and Neelix back." But Tuvix was a unique being. That was the whole point of that episode.
Wow.
Also, she erased the Doctor's memory repeatedly so that he couldn't learn from things that had happened because he was, I guess, glitching out based on the guilt that he had developed as a computer program, and he discovered that someone had been tampering with his memory, and it was Captain Janeway because she wanted a smooth functioning medical hologram.
Not to mention the whole premise of the show. They actually, deliberately chucking themselves to the wrong fucking arse end of the galaxy when they could have actually teleported themselves back, if I remember the first episode correctly.
Yeah, it was the caretaker array that brought them there, and
right.
For some reason, I think it had to do with this. It was the species that was being taken care of by the caretaker, which I think Kess was a member of that species.
Right.
And if it's been a while,
the Ocampa.
The Ocampa, yes, thank you.
Nicely remembered.
So why don't they use the caretaker ray to get home in the first episode?
That's the thing. It was a choice. It was a matter of apparently the Prime Directive, which has just been pointed out. She's been breaking in every other episode since then.
Yeah, I never watched it much.
Fair enough.
So then you didn't get to the episodes with Species 8472, which come from a universe of fluidic space.
I feel like there was
Species 8472. Now you're floating my boat.
I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I feel like there was a justification in the first episode for why they couldn't just use the caretaker array to go back.
Yeah, I thought it was something Prime Directive.
Yeah. Yeah, or we have to protect this species, so we need to use it for them instead of ourselves, and then we'll spend 72 years trying to get home at Warp 9.
Right.
But then when Barclay figures out how to communicate with us, then we'll just send emails back home. We'll make a vlog, the Voyager vlog.
Yeah. Which will
but
be
apart from that, a great Star Trek show.
Once the recap.
I'm just getting into Enterprise. Another positive from the negative. New Trek is so shite that in order to quench my thirst for more Trek, I've now finally been getting into Enterprise, albeit via season 4, because that's the only one I've got at the moment. So shout out Enterprise for not sucking as much as JJ Trek.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I heard they were just getting up to speed when they got canceled.
Warp speed.
So,
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. Enterprise, yay or nay?
It's all right. I mean, again, to Pole's belly button, I'm in.
That's one with the guard, isn't it? Make it so.
I cannot remember her name.
Jolene Blaylock?
Yes, thank you.
You were the first person that told me her name.
I know, and I know I should know, but like
her name can only enter one head at the same time. Gillian, what?
Apparently. Yeah, when he was like, "Oh, Jolene Blaylock," I'm like, "Who's Jolene Blaylock?" Oh, she played DePaul. Like, oh, DePaul. Yeah.
To be honest, I was never a huge fan of Jolene Blaylock.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for farting.
Say what?
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for farting.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Captain Carol always has cookies for us.
Yay! Good work, Carol, and your cookies. Hang on, if you're Carol's cookies, you're not actually Carol. You're one of the cookies. I'm so confused.
I think you're right.
I like to have some cookies with some milk.
Cookies.
They better be chocolate chip.
Yes. Oh, that's it.
Oh, can mine be peanut butter?
Ooh, chocolate chip peanut butter cookies are good too.
You guys are making me hungry. She says the set Zombie is building looks cool, so she's seen it.
Oh yeah.
I gotta look this up. Let me look that up right now.
Yeah, Carol's cookies, avatar and all. Is like I can see the avatar glasses now, or the aviator goggles. Just which look good.
Okay, so is this it here? This building under construction?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, in the background, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not able to find a whole lot of good photos of
What?
it.
I
Screen
think
Rant
your
doesn't have it.
goggles are lovely, Carol.
I dig them.
Yeah, I said I liked them. But like the other avatar picture, I couldn't tell she had them on. But now, as I say, I can tell she got them on now. And that.
I think she said they're aviator goggles.
Yeah. Well, like flying.
Okay. Well, I can't find any really good photos, just some under construction photos. Jens, what is this you're sharing at the bottom?
What is it? Oh, yeah. Who's that?
Is Ethan Peck with his shirt off?
Yeah. What a man. And like, he's got like a nice pose in his red coat, jacket, and trousers.
I'd probably wear that.
Yeah. Would you pose like that?
Probably not, but I do have a red velvet suit. It's more of a burgundy, but I'd probably wear that one too.
Yeah, but do you think he's doing the Roxette front cover with Steve Martin? Roxanne.
I don't know. I noticed he's not wearing shoes though. You notice that for years it's been uncool to wear shoes while wearing a suit in a magazine.
Oh, I won't. I didn't see him.
And before that, it was just socks. It was like no socks were ever allowed.
I was probably trying to make people like go barefooted in that for the pavement to keep the pavement sort of like less.
I don't know if it's a conspiracy to get people to stop wearing shoes and socks, but
yeah.
I did notice that when I used to get GQ years ago, and I just noticed one year all the socks just disappeared.
Yeah.
And so like every suit on every guy in the magazines you'd see the shoe and you just see ankle.
Yeah.
I still don't know why.
Yeah,
ankle.
Yeah. Well,
I know, not Victorian appropriate.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't wear shoes and that, and so if they're going to sell to them, they want to make it look like they understand. Like, yeah, shoes. We don't wear shoes neither. Who needs shoes when you got a red suit?
The last trend I noticed in the real world is back when I was out in the real world. The brain's a pattern recognition device, so I don't know where it started, but it was more in the streets of reality rather than in a magazine. The combination of blue suit, and brown shoes. Anyone else notice that one?
Yeah.
I mean, to the
I
extent
think
where
I
I
have
thought,
one.
I was like, fuck it, tipping point. I've got same here. I got a blue suit and some brown shoes. Fuck it. Then I got some blue shoes. I thought it's suede. Fuck it, who cares? But yeah, blue suit, brown shoes. Nice.
Elvis, if you stand on them. But I think though
I'll step on my blue suede shoes.
Yeah, it could be a argument with shoe companies. Maybe they're like, "All right, look, well, we won't pay," and like, "Well, no, we're giving you the shoes," and like, "All right then, well, we're not going to wear shoes. It saves us having to pay." And it might have been because do you remember them winkle toe pickers where they went a bit too crazy, and it might be getting back into the crazy winkle toe picking craze, and it's like, nah.
Are you talking about
winkle
wingtip shoes?
pickers, pointy toes, like the Middle Ages?
They got to a stage where you practically was wearing like 4 shoes or like two shoes on each foot,
like something Baldrick would wear.
Yeah. I remember back in the 90s where I saw someone wearing them where I was thinking, like, that's crazy. You could curl them up and stick a bell on them.
Yeah, and go, hey, nonny.
Yeah.
Look, my Lord Blackadder, I've made a pair of winkle pickers. I will now be on Star Trek.
Raquel, when you look at a man, do you notice his shoes?
Not really.
No. Years ago, I heard, oh, that's the first thing a woman notices is a man's shoes.
I think when I first noticed a guy is most likely his hair.
Yeah.
What if he's bald?
Then there's nothing to notice.
No offense, I like to have my guy with a full head of hair.
What did you think of Ethan Peck?
I don't know who that is.
That was the Spock actor we were looking at.
That's not a wig, is it?
No. I'm thinking of in the Next Generation. Whoopi Goldberg's character Guinan says first thing she notices is a man's head. Like, oh, you mean his mind? Sure. No, I mean his head. I like bald men. And
bald men with wigs on.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you guys seen Ethan Peck as Spock? Spock 3. They gave him a beard.
Oh,
it doesn't even look like a real beard.
Hello, Spock 4.
He looks like late 60s Paul McCartney.
He does.
Merrily, life is but a dream.
Yeah, he does look like late 60s Paul McCartney. Yeah. Yep. And
I just dreamt yesterday. He just came to me, man. When I saw her face. I know that's the monkeys.
Yeah.
Love me do. There you go. That's the real Spock. Mirror Spock is actually the real Spock. I'm not actually Cockney Spock. I'm actually Cockney Mirror Spock, but that's a whole nother story.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to start wrapping up. Does anyone have anything they want to promote? Anything to plug?
Sure, why not?
I'll let you go first, Captain. I'll be polite and mannered.
Oh, you're so nice. Welcome to my forthcoming book, Interrupting with Captain Cockney Spock, available in good bookshops now. Now, check out my channel. But it's really good when Darius comes on. Without that, it's just knob jokes and silliness. But no, if you like getting deep into deconstructing the internal canonical verisimilitude and soapy titwank jokes, then come along to the Captain Cockney Spock channel. We try and do a mishmash of both, highbrow and lowbrow, in a confusing vomit of ideas. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you. Jens?
Yeah. Well, I've got a YouTube channel, which is Jens Peder and that, and then I've also got a Twitter, which is 27A Pedersen, and hopefully tomorrow, which it'll be quite early, because I'll be doing it probably 10 o'clock my time, so America, it'll be probably like 5-6 o'clock time, so it's going to be like in the afternoon in America and like late at night. But hopefully, I'll be doing a stream about the film Shang-Chi because I'm going to go see it tomorrow, hopefully. So yeah, I'm saying this. So if they're in, because like I'm tempted to like put up a a stream reminder for like the live stream, but like because I don't know like what will happen tomorrow. I can't do that, but hopefully though I'll be definitely doing it sooner or later. But hopefully I'll be doing it tomorrow around 10 o'clock, or maybe 8 o'clock.
So I think that'll be around 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be real early.
All right, cool. Yeah. Raquel?
I should be streaming again soon. Once I get the technical issues all sorted out, and yeah, I'll let you guys know when I might start up with that again.
Funhouse Shenanigans?
Yeah, and movies as well.
Are you going to be on the Wednesday night movie review?
I should be, but yeah, we'll just see how that goes.
All right, well, we will see. Inferno, thank you for joining us. Do you have anything you'd like to promote?
I'm not. I don't know for sure.
Speechless.
Without doxing yourself.
Nothing in particular, I guess.
Promote love and peace.
Well, yes.
Definitely.
Love.
I'd like to promote this delicious chocolate chip biscuit.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, it's a psychedelic biscuit. I like it already.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a little bit of a frowny face on it.
You know, look, that looks like a Chips Ahoy cookie.
It does look
Let's
like
turn
Chips
that
Ahoy.
frown. It's an interesting brand. It didn't actually have a label, so unless it's Chips Ahoy in disguise, it's an anonymous brand, non-branded chips.
Yeah, no frills.
Oh, I thought it was luxury. Damn, that's it. That's £2 I'll never see again.
Well, yeah, the no frills they save on the packaging by not even putting what's in the package.
Is that why I got a job lot for 20p? That explains everything.
Yeah.
You're making me hungry again. I only had like a piece of yellow chocolate cake.
Cake. Where there's cake, there's hope, and there's always cake.
Oh, yes.
That's my closing thought. And thank you, Darius. Thank you. Thank you, Darius, for coming on my show, enlightening me, and then foolishly sending me an invite so I could then come on your show for more fun and laughter. Thank you, doubly. Doubly, thank you.
Hey,
yes, thanks for inviting me, and congrats on your 200 subs.
Yay.
Thank you. Couldn't have done it without all of you. All right, and with that, I'd actually like to thank my subscribers, at least as far back as I can see.
Oh, this biscuit is so good. I've just dunked it in my cup of tea. That's
Oh, you know, you have any milk? You had to have cookies with milk. That's a travesty.
I've got milk in my tea.
Yeah, yeah, on the outro with the guitar. Oh yeah.
Thank you to all my subscribers. Don't worry, you guys, your mics are not muted. They can still hear you talk.
Oh no!
Thank you, Rod Thunderheart, Crimson Mist, Dr. Scotty, Stephen Amore. Thank you, Mark Krell, the Jason Lee, Tucker Statement, the Jack of all casuals, Red Fritter, Hyphen, Parrot Thrills. Thank you, Fenrir Fire, Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast. Hanzo of Big Ford Entertainment, JPRPH1, however you pronounce that. Thank you, Chrono Network, LDG of Geeks and Joy. Thank you, Dalek451, the Austinator, Bird of Prey 5, not Ryan Johnson. Yes. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Thank you, Justin Christopher. Sci-Fi Nation. Predator Gaming HD. And Zax. Dark Gives Comics Presents, also known as Anthony. Michael T. High Desert Comics, Austin Dwyer, Philip Osoa, Thank you, Severon13, Andy Masterson, some brothers, Krish at TWTG Content, and a man known only as TD. Thank you, the Islington Girl, Lindsay, the Cynical Geek, Resolute Germ, that Nigel movie guy, Star Trek nitpickers, and thank you, Parrot Head. They call me nobody, Shellback TJC. I know there's a little more. Ah, yes. Thank you, El Jimmo 1985. A friend of mine at Inferno's. Thank you, Captain Trek. Bruce Lombardo. Thank you, Sherry. Cookie Supremacy. Carol's Cookies. Cam. Octave Racer 21. Thanks, yeah. Just another red shirt. Lady Toriel. Citizen 333. Good eye, Brett Cohen. Eric Xander. Thanks for coming back, brightest day. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Hope to see you next week.
Where's that guitar coming from?